Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
Yo, we here.
This this is the first video episode with Jay Figures here. Actually
what's
the
up?
first guest we have that we interview with me and Los. What up, Los? You good, Los?
Same old shit, homie. Same old shit.
Hell yeah, Jay Figures. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I feel happy that you're able to do this again, man. After the first one, kind of
Yeah, yeah.
messed that up, man. That was on my behalf. That was pretty bad. But
It's all right, man. That was just a rough draft. Now this time we do it even better.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, with the video for sure. You know,
Yup, I feel privileged to be the first video guest, and we're both of y'all together, so that's what's up.
yeah, hell
What's
yeah.
up?
But so on the last episode, we were talking about your song that you released a few years ago,
Right.
um, paying homage to Kayla and Nisa when they, were brutally assassinated, murdered, in Brentwood. You got together you put together this beautiful record called "One of Us," which I'll let it play out at the end of the episode so everybody can hear it. But
Okay.
hearing this song, man, you guys did a phenomenal job and went viral. I know it got mad shares, mad views. It was something really good to see happen. But I wanted to know before anything, when you did this song, or you know what, scratch that. What inspired you to say, "Yo, I want to go and I want to record the song and do something about it"?
It was just a dark time in Brentwood at that time. Like, there's a lot of people that didn't want to come to Brentwood. Like when I was trying to make music or invite people over to just even hang out. It was just people trying to stay away from Brentwood at that time, and Brentwood has not always been the safest place. It's
Yeah,
had its activities and whatnot, but it felt different in the air this time. So, originally I didn't think of anything originally, but like a couple of days later, I was just home listening to music and some out of nowhere, because usually I don't really force music. Music just it hits me.
yeah, it happens.
So
Yeah,
the idea kind of hit me, the lyrics started hitting me. Then that's when I started. I was gonna originally just do a song by myself, and then I said, you know what, let me reach out to a couple other people that may want to voice, their opinion on this or want to say something, and take it from there. There's people I invited to be on the song that didn't make it for whatever reasons. Um, and then I took it even further. We have a big Spanish culture in Brentwood as well, so I got some Spanish people on it. So I try to do the best to try to make it inclusive so that it could not just be Jay Figures' point of view, it could be the whole town's point of view, so to speak.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
that's true.
That's dope.
You had a few artists there. How many artists? It was like five or six, right?
No, I think it was me, it was Ming Bison, it was Good Morning, Nando, Prof, my boy Lava,
Hell
Buddy
yeah.
Lofton. Um, and then at the end we have a girl saying the poem. That's actually my friend Kek's sister, who was a friend of Nisa.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and
Oh,
then we have Janelle, who goes by Diamond. She did the chorus.
nice. Yeah, that spoken word poem at the end was beautiful, man. Los, did you hear it?
Yeah.
You heard the
Yeah,
song, right, Los?
yeah, definitely heard it. Yeah, it was definitely dope. I don't heard the
Oh, and I
voices sound
forgot, my
familiar,
bad.
man. The voices definitely sounded a little familiar, man. But it was definitely dope. It was definitely a fire song, man. The way that the collaboration with everybody together, that was fire to do it that way. Like it was dope. It's definitely a dope song.
Appreciate it. I forgot to
Yeah.
mention my boy LA. He's not from Brentwood, but somebody I was doing a lot of music with, and I thought it would be cool to have somebody that's not from the town give their input too, because people from other towns were the ones that were not wanting to come over, so they
Yeah, that's
obviously
true.
felt, the impact of what was going on. So try to include everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, that's dope.
Who produced the beat?
Mike West.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. That's fire.
After I had the idea, I reached out to Mike West. I asked him if he had a beat, and he told me he would make a custom one for it. So when he sent it to me, it just sounded so perfect. So everything came together organically, and looking back at it years later, it's like, wow, we did that.
And when you did
Awesome.
that, you told me also off air that you spoke to the victim's parents right before you got together and released the song.
Yeah. So we after we did the song, we let the parents hear it. I don't know. I don't remember if we let them hear it, but we invited them out to the video shoot. So like
Nice.
a big portion of the hood came out to the site where they were murdered at, and that's where we shot the video. And then before we put the video out, because we put the video out on the 1 month since like anniversary, so to speak, of when it happened.
Yeah.
So before we put it out, we went to the parents' house, to Nisa and Kayla's parents' house. They got together with their friends and their family, and we did like a world premiere there, where they liked it, they gave us their blessing, so we moved forward with it.
Hell
Oh,
yeah. That's fire.
no, man.
um how long have you been doing music for?
Shit, I mean, like actually recording music, I want to say I recorded like my first piece of work when I was like 18, 20. But as far as writing music, I've been writing music or trying to write music since I was like 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, me damn, bro, we kind of started around the same time. Well, I started writing poetry at 8. That was 98. I didn't get into rap until I heard first rap song I heard was Gangsta's Paradise from Coolio.
Oh, that was
Cool,
one of my
damn.
favorite songs, man.
That's an old song, man. Yeah, that was definitely
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
It's
what
that
funny you
song
I
was
say
a.
poetry, because whenever I was like in school, like for English, anytime I would do a poem or something like that, like, part of our work, like teachers would always give me great feedback about how great I did with it. So that's kind of like the beginning of me knowing that I had a way with words and stuff like that. But I was a younger kid. I was very shy about my work, so I wouldn't tell people, hey, I rap until I got older. And then, peers and stuff gave me the confidence to move forward with recording and stuff like that.
Man, I think that's something that everybody goes through, bro. That confidence, that like, cause I was like that when I first moved to Brentwood. I was already rapping like 2 years. I didn't tell nobody I rapped. Till one day I was in the cipher. I got comfortable. I had friends, and I just started to spit, and you know, and it,
So you never had nobody that was like confident, like yo, I rap, and then they rap to you and it's like trash,
yeah,
bro. So like maybe you and I, we may have had that, and then I've heard your stuff, and you're good, bro. Like compared
appreciate
to
it.
other people who come to me with confidence, and then I hear this stuff, and I'm like, I wish I had that
What the
confidence,
hell?
back then, like,
Yeah, that was a funny
Yeah.
ass question, bro. I like that question.
yo,
You ever had somebody with a high confidence come to you and then they're the trash?
yo,
Yeah,
it's amazing. So that's sometimes I hear that stuff, and I'm like, I gotta be more confident. Nowadays, I'm more confident about my music, but
yeah.
back then. I don't know. It makes me think like I don't know why I question myself.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What
A lot
about
of
you,
times
Los?
that goes hand in hand though, having that confidence, man. Like sometimes, man, I mean, I hear a lot of rappers these days that I mean, I can name a bunch of them off my hand that are millionaires that are dirt, Blueface being one of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like that dude to me is totally dirt. And but he's got the confidence, he's got the swag, I guess, what the fuck that, and that's and look at him. You can't hate on him. He's definitely got it as far as the money wise, but as far as music, he is dirt. He is all the way
Yeah,
trash. So having confidence is probably part of, it's definitely got to be is a big part of anybody performs or anything like, who get on the stage. You just have to have that overly dribbling confidence. And but like you're saying, though, sometimes some people are straight all the way dirt. You definitely gotta be a type of person to back it up. Like my mom was always told me that since I was a kid. Like when I was in karate, and I remember being a yellow belt and doing kumite, which we spar every Wednesday, and there would be kids there that were brown belts, purple belts, and they from the hoods. So these kids are athletes. They're not what you think about when I say karate. That you thinking some really corny shit. No, it was a lot of competition, bro, and it used to get turned up in that dojo quick. But I was really scared. I was always just, timid. And my mom told me one day, she's like, you gotta have more confidence. You gotta be more aggressive, you know? And I remember the next time I'm just sparring with this kid, man, and he always used to whip my ass, and I just hit him with a side kick. It was just one kick, bro. Just one kick. But just to be able to connect with that one kick gave me all the confidence in the world, bro. It didn't matter who was next after that, man. I mean, I went to world championships. I competed against the best in the world, and I placed against the best of the world, you know. And so having that confidence is definitely a big, major key, man. You gotta just feel yourself, bro. You gotta feel yourself no matter what, bro. No
Hell
matter
yeah,
what.
hell yeah.
Where do you
Nah,
guys
that's dope.
think that confidence starts?
Hmm.
Well, like he did, he
Like
had
when
that.
you're in your journey of whatever you're doing, in this case music, where what do you think starts to spark that confidence?
Hmm. Go ahead, Jay.
Shoot, I mean, like for me, like I said, it was peers. You know, I had peers that once I finally started opening up, and people who I feel like had a good taste in music. You know, like one of my favorite artists, probably my favorite artist of all time is Jay-Z.
Hmm.
Hell
Um,
yeah,
so
I'm with you on
so
that one.
I have people who like our bonding moment used to be Jay-Z stuff. So like when I would spit to them my shit, they'd be like, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? Like they'll hype me up. So I'm like, "Damn, this guy knows good music," or you know what I'm saying? So he likes my shit, or you know, other people who have other styles, Big
Yeah.
Pun, Big L, people that like all these type of artists. You know, they'll hear my shit and be like, "Yo, your shit's dope," and I know that they're the type of people to tell me if it was trash. So
Yeah.
they wouldn't give me that inclination to think like, "Yo, you don't got what it takes." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
once you start
I
getting those
only
type of
made that
compliments,
face, bro. I only made that face not because I don't think Jay Z's nice, because I'm a Nas fan, bro. So
yeah.
I'm a Nas fan to the death, bro. And my brother Angelo, he used to love Jay Z too, and we used to, man, it'll
Uh,
be wars going back and forth here for days on who was the best, who won that war they had between each other and all that shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Ether though, man, I mean, yeah, he said he threw condoms on his baby seats and shit like that. All right, yeah, but still in all, man, to me, Ether was one of the dopest tracks ever, bro. Like, but I hear what you're saying, man. Like, your people around you too. You gotta feed off them vibes. Like, if you dirt, a lot of times people from the hood they're gonna tell you, you're dirt, bro. Just save that for the site for the backyard or some shit. But
Right.
that confidence, and it's something that builds with time, bro. Because I remember like the first time I ever touched the stage was in seventh grade, and it was a joke doing a talent show. The first time, even though I knew I could sing, even though I grew up around music. My stepfather, he produced music since he was a DJ. There was always music playing in the house. There was always that type of vibe. My mom listening to Donna Summers and all the old school freestyle, all the Puerto Rican stuff that people listen to, on the BX. And so once I touched that stage, man, it was like I was scared as shit. But like you're saying, being from the hood, people gonna give you that feedback. They're gonna tell you, yo, you dirt or not. And I actually got feedback like, yo, you were good. I mean, I never sang on the stage again. I mean, I went from singing to rapping, you know what I'm saying to you, but it started in the backyard, with your friends and seeing them bop and seeing them say, and then you getting that confidence from them. So always having them them um positive vibes in your friends is important. Cause it's like even a story I know, right? I know I always got to go biblically in things because I'm a big believer in the Bible, bro. Jesus Christ is a
Right.
big part of my life. So it's like King David. When King David first came and there was a big battle going on, right? What David did was, remember, King David he wasn't a king at first. He was just an ordinary shepherd boy. He just watched the sheep, but became one of the greatest kings of Israel, right?
Hmm.
But before that, he was just a shepherd boy. His brothers were the ones that were always going to the wars to fight the Philistines. See what I'm saying? And he wanted to get involved in that, but his dad was like, no, you stay back and you go take care of the sheep while your brothers is the ones that are stronger than you. They're going to be dealing with the war. And he, if he didn't, all right, excuse me, let me retract that. When you think that sometimes, right, like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, what God has made you to do, and God made
Hmm.
him to take care of those sheep. But during those times of him taking care of the sheep, he encountered situations that built him up to get ready for that day when he slung Goliath with that slingshot. See,
Hmm.
because them days he's watching the sheep, doing what God told him to do, just relax, chill out, stay here. Your time will come. Your time will come, and you learn from your situations. You build unto that to that point. So when you get to that point when you're ready, like when you're there and it's your time, you just gotta rock it out. You gotta rock it to the T. You know what I'm saying to you?
Hell
But like
yeah.
with him, he didn't think anything of it. With him watching the sheep, a lion will come and try to snatch up his sheep, and it says that he will wrestle with the lion, and a bear will come and he will wrestle with the bear. You thinking that that's like just things that are bad, like bad luck, but really it's preparation. It's preparation
Hmm.
for when that day comes, for when it's time for you to stand in front of that army or and you got that giant in front of you, and you ready as nothing. Cause yo, if I kill a bear and I kill a lion, bro, the man ain't nothing to me. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's
Hell
all
yeah.
just building in stages, everything in stages. Like I don't know who said it, but there's levels to this shit,
Yup.
right?
Who
There's
did
there's
say
That's a
that?
levels to
fact.
this. I forget, man, but I know everybody in the world says it, man. I heard it a
Yeah.
million
I feel like
people,
Meek Mill. I think Meek Mill started that. If I'm not
right?
mistaken.
Okay.
Somebody,
I think
right?
so.
There's levels to this shit, man. So it's just preparation, man. Like knowing when in any time, any being in your backyard rapping, that was preparation for you to drop the song that you did. Going through the
Right.
things that you went through in your life. Like almost getting stabbed by a gas station. And all this other crazy stuff that happened to you. It's all preparation for you. You know. Like we
Oh
see
Right.
yeah.
that sometimes, like damn, like what the fuck, like why do I got such? And sometimes I say it like that too. I be like, yo, why do I got the worst luck in the world, bro? But I know I have to keep it in my mind like, damn, there's gonna be a time when my time comes and all that shit that I went through
Prepared you for it.
is gonna be preparation for something, you know?
Right. Nah, that's
Yeah,
real
man.
shit.
So you used to
But
my bad,
Yeah,
Jay. You can go.
nah, I was gonna say that the other part of that too. You know what I'm saying? Like your friends give you the confidence. But
yeah,
I'm realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm realistic with myself. Like if I felt like I was trash, like I would
yeah,
know. Like if I believe in myself, it's just false confidence. But he gave the example of Blueface being trash. So like I see that these are the people that are making it, and I'm like, yo, I'm better than this person.
mm,
So then that gives me confidence too, because I don't have to be the GOAT. I just know I'm
yeah,
good enough. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's what gives me like the confidence too. Like okay, I got peers that are honest with me, but then I also see the world's embracing this, and I feel like I'm better than this. So that gives confidence
Facts,
too, because if they like that, why wouldn't they like me?
facts, facts.
Yeah,
It
that's
just
true.
takes that one song, bro, that one beat, them 16 bars, right? That you haven't wrote yet. That's there somewhere in your brain. You feel what I'm saying to you? That's gonna
Right.
get the masses going. You definitely have a talent. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I'll be. We got two different perspectives here, right? My son, he's on the lighter side. I'm in the darker side. I'll tell you straight up, though. You are dirt all the way. I don't. Nah. You definitely got talent, bro. You got talent. It's just gonna take that
Appreciate it.
day for something that angel, that muse is gonna come spit it in your ear, and you're gonna jot it down, and everyone's gonna be like that, and then it's over. It's
Right.
over. But preparation, bro. Your time may not be now, but it might be soon. Who knows, bro? Like you,
Yeah,
right?
man.
You
Appreciate that.
you guys ever heard of the 5 P's?
5 P's, no.
I
Proper
say
preparation prevents poor performance.
yes, sir. I say that to my
Ah,
family all the time. They're like,
Yep.
"Ah, yeah, it didn't come
like
out
say
good." I was like,
say
"Hey,
that
you didn't."
again, bro. Say that again.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah, five
Ah,
P's. That's true. So
that's
speaking
crazy.
of preparation and speaking of performing at a school at a talent show, which I never got the chance to do, um, Jay, did you have a chance to do that in Brentwood? Is that how you displayed your talents openly to
Uh,
the school?
yeah, my first performance was a talent show, but it was already like a couple years after I was out of school. Like
Mm,
my boy Sean had just came home. And he's somebody that used to pretty much one of my first supporters when it came to music, but he got locked up. He ended up doing like 7 years. So when he finally came home, he asked me, he's like, "You still doing, the music shit?" I was like, "Yeah." And at that point I was already recording, so I had song tracks I let him hear, and he was fucking with it. So one day he's just like, "Yo, I signed you up for a talent show."
Oh
And
shit!
yeah, because he asked me like if I was doing shows, and I told him no. He told me you bugging, so he signed me up, and I told him I'll do it, but you gotta be my hype man. So we both kind of was a little nervous because I never performed, and he had no interest in being a hype man. He just wanted to get me going, but
Yeah,
he didn't want me to not do it, so he did it, and he showed out as a hype man. Like he turned
nice.
into a different person on that stage. So we performed in front of felt like thousands of people. I don't know how much the auditorium holds, but it was packed out a Saturday night, and like I told you in that last time we recorded, one of the songs had like a whoop whoop part like in the hook.
mm.
And
Yeah,
once we got off that stage and we walking through the hallway to get back to our seats, we just hear the whole auditorium whoop whoop.
hell
Yo,
yeah,
it was
Yeah,
hell
like
yeah,
yeah.
we felt like we made it in that moment. Like
It's a
yeah,
so to
yeah.
vibe.
just envision
Everybody's
doing
feeling
like
it.
summer jam or some type of festival and have the whole crowd singing your lyrics, like we just felt a little glimpse of that, and it was like one of the best feelings ever.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. What about you, Carlos? You got a chance to do that?
Oh yeah, man. Like I was saying before, it was just like a joke though. 7th grade. Was I 7th or 8th grade? I think I maybe might have been in 8th grade, man. Yeah, I think it was 8th grade. But that was a talent show, and one of my friends, there was a girl that I was always eyeing and everything like that. We was always flirting, but she was just always with somebody else type weird shit. But one of my boys just like, knew that he was just through talking to her, we knew that she was a tremendous Backstreet Boy fan. And so it was just a joke like, yo, you should sing to Amanda on the talent show, blah, blah, blah. And, at first it was like, nah, nah. But, when she got wind of it, like they said, like, he's going to do it. She says, oh my God, are you going to sing to me in the talent show? I can't wait. I'm like, what the fudge? Bro, and like, I don't know if you ever heard the song by the Backstreet Boys, All I Have to Give. There's a part of the song, bro, where there's like 5 people singing, right, at the same time. So I'm one person. I never
Yeah.
practiced the shit. I heard it on the
Uh,
radio, so I wasn't ready, man, for that part and for that long part that they had. But everybody was there, man, and yeah, man. As you can hear the damn siren here in Amityville, right? You hear this stupid shit?
fuck it.
You
It's
hear
all
it, bro?
good.
Bro, this is what the shit
Yeah.
we deal with all the time, man. You got to we'll stop right here. You cut that stupid shit the fuck out, bro. This is what the
Nah.
fuck they do. This how they call the fucking stupid firefighters over here with this day and age technology. Instead of texting these motherfuckers to come up to the fire station and deal with a fucking cat in the tree, they do this shit. I don't know how anybody don't complain about this shit. But all right, so it's
This-
going off. All right, boom. So yeah, they tell me like she came to me like, oh my God, I heard you sing. And I was like, what? But anyways, the part was like 5 people singing at once. I did it. The whole school was rocking, and it was no practice to it, and it was crazy. It was like I was the last act. So they had everybody who came, who performed that day, who did something, come like behind me, and they were like waving their hands side to side type shit. And I mean, at the end of the day, I got the girl. She had my son, and we had an epic, we had an epic relationship. You know what I'm saying to you? So obviously it worked, but yeah. So after that, just doing that, and I did doing drama club, doing little plays and shit like that, and it like so you build you build like I said, I wasn't rapping at the time, but I hear people rap, and I was a poet. I used to write R&B songs, so to me it wasn't too far off, So hearing everybody else rapping, and then I remember one time just messing around and just started, and then being in the backyard with you fools, Los and the 3 Piece Mafia days are all in the back, and we just Tony's doing his thing and putting out music, and I'm seeing people going there recording. I'm like, man, I know I could do it better than this fool. You know what I mean? Like, man, Chella gave me an opportunity one day, jump on his track. He was doing Spanish Lullaby. We jumped on it, and it was a pretty cool song, man. We used to go to clubs, we performed it around, and people, they used to dance. Nobody said anything bad about it. So I said preparation. I never thought that all that shit will build up to a day when you're in a bar with all these faces, yeah, here comes, Carlos. And it was like, what the fuck, And then you start singing or doing whatever you're doing, and it was, oh shit, that shit was dope. That shit was cool. Yeah, you get that feedback. Like, and it's an awesome feeling when you get that feedback, bro,
Hell
Nice.
You don't
yeah.
know.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Carlos
that's
showed me
So
that song. That's a smooth track.
oh, you
It
heard Spanish
sounds like
Lullaby?
yeah,
yeah, I
Oh
sent it to
shit.
him.
it's
Yeah.
smooth and it sounds like whenever we think of songs from back in the day, we're like, yo, that was my shit. Like a classic
Yeah.
song. Like that sounds like one of
Yeah.
those feel good
No
songs from
shit.
back in the day.
Yeah, man. We did it in one take, literally 15 minutes. It was no really work put into it like that. Like I think about it now, like if we would have taken it more serious, probably maybe could have did something, like. But somebody from Vibe Records actually wound up buying that song and putting it into her shit, and then
Wow.
she invited me to come to Club Strata in Manhattan to perform it while she had her album release party, and that's where I met Jen from Rough Riders and a couple other people that were from big record labels executives and shit, and not for nothing, my boy Chella froze up on the stage a little bit. You know what I'm saying to you that night? Yeah, he froze up, man. I'm sorry,
Oh
Chella. I had to put it
shit.
up, bro. You remember that day? He was like, "My name is Chella, and this song is about
Oh.
feelings." But he froze up, man. So he did his 2 songs, and I had to come up there and like uplift the whole shit. Like everybody stand the fuck up, that stupid shit. But yeah, man, that's
Damn.
what happened.
That's part
Sometimes
of his
nerves.
that's part of his moment of
And
preparing.
part of
You know what I'm saying?
his journey.
You
Yep.
did the talent show, maybe he never had a moment like that. So that became his moment.
Some
Hell
was
yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I never forget that like that, and just feeling like how just seeing his face and like I felt you could feel people's energy. You know what I'm saying to you? Like just feeling like he just felt like he just failed completely miserably, you know what I mean? And I felt when I came and I did my thing, like he was ready to bounce. I'm like, nah, I'm staying. Like I'm I'm staying today, bro. You could bounce. I'll take the train back. I don't give a fuck because it was so lit, you know? But yeah, I guess everyone has their little journeys, man. Maybe mine's is coming along the way. Who knows, bro? Like, um, but with music, man, like, man, music is a ever evolving thing, you know. So it's like you say, you heard it. It says that's 2007, and it sounds like one of them old time feeling things, you know, like. But it's like now, like I always think about it because I still have it in me. Sometimes I just be hearing things in my head. I still sing, like to myself. People hear me sing, like, yo, you got a nice voice. Why don't you be singing like?
That's something you
But
can't disconnect, man. That's something you just can't
nah, it
knock out
don't
of your
go up.
system.
It don't
Even
go
if you
up.
stop recording, you stop writing, man. Just you hear beats,
Yeah,
you hear melodies, they come to your head.
yeah, bro.
You
When
know.
you
Especially if you're a
have it,
writer, because it's a mental thing. So they
yeah,
just
right.
you can't stop thinking. It just keeps coming.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Definitely feel you on that. It's just something that don't go away, no matter, I mean, it's been a minute since I've been in the Cypher, like, and that's where I would have to start. I couldn't just hop up in a studio again, right? I would have to start hitting little Cyphers, with dudes freestyling and doing that type of work. You were saying about your voice last time, you felt like maybe your voice had changed and it wasn't the same, like, and so today I downloaded BandLab. I don't know why, but I just thought about it, like, fuck it, man, like you could record on it, right? So I
Hell
started
yeah.
singing. I started singing on the thing, and I'm like, damn, my shit sound like trash right now. But I haven't been doing it like that, you know. But I know if I continue doing it, if I continue working on it, you know,
You
it'll
eventually
get
get
up
it.
there. Yeah, it'll definitely get up there, bro. But it's
I've
something
been
that don't leave.
working. I've been working on trying to work on new material since the last time we spoke. And I don't know, man. I really feel like my voice is.
Just
I,
not the
I
same,
gotta
huh?
get. I gotta, because when you said last, maybe it's just because I haven't used it in a while.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to spit my old shit. I've been trying to come up with new shit. And the other day, I was literally for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just because I don't write. I memorize my shit as I go, whatever.
Oh, so you
So
don't write at all? You don't put it down on paper? Oh,
no,
that's good.
Oh
That's good.
wow.
That's
yeah,
crazy. That's
Oh
a
yeah.
crazy gift because I mean,
I try
damn,
that. I can't do that.
for you to memorize everything, bro. Like, what I'm saying, to have it in your head and to be able to spit it out like that without seeing something. That's
it's a
something.
gift, but at the same time, it's a curse because I forgot so much of my shit over the years. The shit that I never
Mm.
recorded is forgotten. Like I
Ah,
remember little
shit.
pieces sometimes, but I'm like, what the fuck comes after this line? I can't remember it.
Damn.
So,
So if you
Damn.
have to perform something, you definitely have to hear it a few times to
or if
try
I
to
have it
get it back.
recorded, then I could just hear it a few times and get brushed up on it. But
Yeah.
there's so much shit that I wrote that I never recorded, like that's gone. Like there's times where on my
Damn.
phone
Lost
I might do a little
files.
voice note,
Lost files, Los.
but
Lost files.
The
You heard?
lost
Lost
files.
files.
yeah,
Yeah.
We had an episode about that. We were talking about something like that. We said, like, the lost files, things that are gone. Like we had a track that, it was like a remix to an old Tito Jackson song. Why would you do? It's like,
No,
why
it was
would you?
Jermaine, not
Jermaine
Tito.
Jackson, right?
Jermaine
Yeah,
Jackson.
and that beat is so dope that I'm telling you, it was done in 2006. That if we even brought it back today, I guarantee you'd be like, oh, that shit is fire. But it's
Yeah, that
part
shit
of
was fire.
it shit is lost, bro. It shit is lost, man. Lost files, bro.
What
Mm,
about you, Jay? Do you have songs? I'm sure that you lost.
that's what you
I
say,
have
right?
songs that I've lost. I have songs that I wrote that I never recorded that like I wish I could remember them because they like I've gotten better over the years with my things I can make things sound a little more crispy or whatnot. But even when I was 14, 15, like I was writing some bars that like especially music changes a lot over the years. Like when I was
Yeah.
14,
Yeah.
15, I was really trying to emulate like Big L, Lloyd Banks. So like I
Mm.
was taking those cadences, like every two words were rhyming, and it was like, what I'm saying, very witty shit. But back then
Damn,
I
Lloyd
wrote
Banks, bro. Lloyd Banks. One of my favorite songs from Lloyd Banks was that if you my nigga, you my nigga to the
to
end.
the
To the
Fucking
end.
this,
end.
fucking
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
fucking bad. We toast till
Rest
we
in peace,
die.
Nate Dogg.
Roll up the
Yeah.
weed and roll smoke to the sky. That was my shit, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That whole album, that Hunger for More, is one of my favorite albums of
Yeah.
all
Yeah, that
time.
album was definitely dope. You're right about that. That was like crazy at that time. Like I don't really give too many rappers play, man. Like unless something catches me, you know what I mean? Like and that
Mm.
I had I burned it. Like, remember back in the days to burn CDs. You know what I'm saying? So, like no one bought a fucking
With
CD.
LimeWire.
Yeah,
Nah, I bought that
LimeWire.
one. I ain't even gonna lie. I
You
bought
bought
that
it.
one.
You
I
bought that
remember
one, huh?
taking the bus to go to the mall, They had the FYE store. I bought the Lloyd Banks one, and I bought another album that day. I can't remember which one, but I bought two albums that day, and that was one of them.
And yeah, it definitely
Nice.
was a fire album, bro.
What was that
Yeah.
song, man? He said that bar. Nobody dead knew they would die before they
Before they
woke. Like,
woke, it started off a beautiful day with weed smoke. Yeah,
Yup.
whoa, that.
yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
got bars.
good.
He's right now. He's actually doing what is this? Is it an album or mixtape for $100 or $1,000?
Oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yup.
what the hell?
That's what Nipsey Hussle did. So he's trying to
Is
do
it
the same
is it
thing.
is it $1,000?
It's $100.
It's $100. Okay.
Oh, that's like the
Yeah.
same thing that Nipsey Hussle did. Nipsey Hussle did some
Yeah.
similar shit like that, and
Hmm.
people actually spent that bread on that. Nipsey's another dude, man, who I totally respected to the fullest, man. Like because he was a real nigga, bro. Like he was a real street nigga. Like I respect the
Yeah.
motherfucker that really come from what he's talking about. Instead of there's a lot of dudes that they just do it for whatever the fuck they do it. And to me, that's why I can't get with a lot of rappers. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I got with Big Pun because I know he was a real hood nigga. You know what I'm saying to you? Even
Mm,
though he went platinum, he was still in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying to you? Like who the
Right.
fuck
yeah.
does that? You know what I mean? But other dudes I can't really jack it too much, man. Like, and maybe that's something that I got to work because music is music, man. Like it's not about that. But to me, that's why I can't get with 6ix9ine being a snitch the way he did, because of the way he talks. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking
Right.
that gangster shit, bro, if you're not about that shit, just say it. Like, yo, listen, I'm not about that. Or even so, right? Fuck it. You talk that shit and now you fucked up, right? You snitch, you did whatever, you put niggas in prison, niggas was coming at you, fucking your girl, whatever this reason is, it still don't go. But you could change now. You know what I'm saying to you? You could have said, listen, man, I learned from that experience. I fucked up. I'm not even about that shit. And I would have give you a little, because his music was all right. I'm not saying his music wasn't all right. His music was all right. Everyone was listening to
Who?
Six
six
Nine.
nine?
Yeah. Everybody was
Nah,
listening
man.
to
His
Six
movie was
Nine, bro.
trash.
Ah, nah, man. Listen,
He
everybody was
had
listening
some.
to
He
that
had
nigga.
some. He had some good beats for sure.
Yeah. Everybody was listening to that nigga,
That
bro.
first, that Gummo song, that
The
first one he
gummo
popped off
shit.
with,
Yeah.
that shit was fire.
I
Especially
think
that
I,
second verse with the blicky, whatever I can't remember the
yeah.
lyrics, but
Yeah,
once
that
that
maybe
shit
Yeah,
the
came
those
only
off,
one
that
I'll
shit,
listen
that
to.
shit was going hard.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe you're right about that. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about, that one song. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody was because of that one shit that got him his attention. But still in all, if that's not what you do, like then don't talk about it. Don't be talking about spitting on niggas murals and stupid shit like that, popping up at O Block and all this dumb shit and bouncing and 10 minutes saying you were there for 3 hours or some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers would put 13 caps in your ass, bro, over there. You know what I mean? Because they're really living that life. You know? But that's one thing I can't respect, bro. Like me, like you won't hear me talking. That's why it's kind of hard. Back in the day, I was talking that shit because we was really doing that shit. So my mind is still when I start rapping. First thing I'm talking about is pointing it at your head. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm fucking 38. I ain't doing this shit no more. I can't be talking about this shit. You know what I mean? And that's what fucks me up. So it's like I gotta find a new inspiration to write about, and that's kind of hard because that shit was always like a gateway, like an outlet. You know what I'm saying to you? An
Right.
outlet
Yeah,
to
it feels
talk
good to
shit.
get it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, man. Like I'll never forget the time that So and Y dropped a song at me and my brother, and they said what they said. What was it? Y'all bunch of y'all niggas a bunch of white boys acting Rican, not even Spanish speaking, right? Like, and that was like the biggest thing. And they said Angelo's got his tooth knocked out by MS nigga and all this dumb shit, whatever case may be. But anyways, we did our little diss tracks back to them, and when we gave it to them, we went right to the high school. We gave it to them and we pounded them the fuck out. Like that to us was like, nigga, it don't even matter if the music's no good. We beat the fuck out of you in front of your girls, nigga. So you can't be talking all that G shit now, nigga. Y'all niggas a bunch of bitches, like for real. But the music was fire, you know what I'm saying to you? So it was like a double sweet, like a double sweet thing. But these days, bro, I mean, imagine at me, in my age, or, start rapping and one of these young motherfuckers come at me and some stupid shit, you know, nigga, I'm gonna have to come out of my, my woosah and run that up on a nigga, you know what I'm saying to you? That's what it can't be, man. Like, the music these days, that's what I was saying the last time to you, man. Like, I understand what you were saying because I thought about it too. You said to me, like if we were listening to the music that we were hearing when we were kids, right? Like now, if we were young, we'll be rocking to it. And and I'll say, what, this dude's absolutely right, bro. Because one of my favorite Big Pun songs like had a bunch of I'm the wrong one to fuck with. Fuck with me and you get stuck quick. Fuck you, suck
Mm.
dick. Ha, you ain't got no wins in me, casa. Get that pasa. Like what the fuck? I couldn't listen to that shit nowadays. You know what I'm saying to you? But you right about that though. Like if I was a young kid, I probably would have been stupid too, cause you stupid, right? You don't see shit. You like, but I don't know, man. Like I could not do it. I could not do it these days, bro. Like to let it out and let one of these motherfuckers come at me with some shit, and I'm gonna have to come at you with them butterflies, man. And take it back to school and that shit, homie. Like for real.
On
Word.
That's true. On that, you said about what you wanted to do. I feel like that with music now. I don't really want to rap anymore. Like I don't want to record and release records. But Jay in the last episode said something that my wife has been telling me to do for years, and she said, "Why don't you just ghostwrite?" So
Oh,
Jay,
writing
is
for other
that is
people?
yeah. So Jay, is that something you think you might be aiming towards in the future, or do you still want to continue to do your music?
I feel like, the last conversation, Carlos, not that he discouraged me of doing it, but he was like, nah, fuck that. You still gotta work on your music. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
fuck
Like,
you. Fuck
you too
that
good.
shit,
You too
nigga.
good to be a ghostwriter.
Nigga, you be writing
But
to when you old, nigga, when you done, nigga, when you saying shit like I'm saying right now, like, oh, I don't want no your nigga coming out my head type shit, nigga, then maybe you ghost right, homie. Like, you too good
but you
for all
you
that
could
shit.
be you could be active making music and still ghostwrite. It's just
That too.
with my voice, because right now we're talking like it sounds fine, but for some reason the minute I start, because I can't rap like under my breath, like I have to rap, saying on my chest, and then this part right here start. Like, I'm telling you, after I tried the other day for like 20 minutes, I had a
Hmm.
cough for the rest of the day. Like I was just coughing and just
Yeah.
something fucked up in my throat. I don't know. My vocal cords, you know what I mean?
So
They're forced.
so let me give you a little advice on that, right? So I know a lot of singers they do like they do like these exercises, bro. Maybe that will help you. When they hit a key right on the piano, boom, and they go la, boom, la, and they do la 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 la, right? La 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 la. That's
Yeah,
all warming up your shit. You know, Try
yeah,
it. Who knows, man? Who knows? Or just since you're a rapper, and you have to use all types of. Maybe you just scream a little, or talk low a little, or talk in between, just hitting those different octaves. Just
yeah. That's
don't.
just a part of it. Like I'm sure there's a way around it. I gotta just adjust to it. I just haven't
Yeah.
found the right adjustment for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking literally to my girl. I don't know if it was earlier today or yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, I think I'm really gonna have to start just ghostwriting." She's like, "Why?" I'm
Uh,
like, "I'm trying to work on some music, and whenever, because like I said, I don't write. So the way I remember it is I keep rapping it. You know what I'm saying? As I come up
yeah.
with the bars, I keep repeating it, so it gets like embedded in my brain, and just doing that, like I felt my shit getting fucking my vocal cords. Something about it was just it started bothering me, and then next thing you know, I'm coughing and shit, and then like I spent the rest of the day with a cough,
Oh
and
man.
Yeah,
then I woke
yeah,
up better, but it just something set it off, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like it's discouraging because this is what I love to do,
Yeah.
but
mhm.
maybe I could practice those, the things,
Yeah.
the exercises that the singers do, or
Yeah, bro. I
something
know.
like,
I was listening to Post Malone. He was doing a podcast on the Howard Stern show, and Howard Stern had asked him if he liked his voice, and he said, "Hell no, I hate my voice."
I
Post
do too.
Malone. Post
you hate
Malone.
Post Malone's? He sounds
No, no,
dope.
no, 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 no. He's saying his. I guess he's talking about his voice. What, you don't like Post Malone?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I like
No,
Post Malone.
you just don't like your sound of your voice.
I don't like the sound of my voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like when I
Oh,
have
And
to when I have
okay.
to edit the podcast, I like, oh fuck. I
and
I
want
that's
think
what
we
Post
all
Malone
have
said.
that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think we
telling
all had
you.
that. But I like my voice when it comes to maybe at first I felt a little weird about it, but there was times where, I got compliments even from girls like, "Ooh, that voice though," all type of shit. I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, yeah,
Girls buy music more than guys, so I'm like, "All right."
yeah.
So this
That's
is this is
it.
a selling point here. So,
I'm telling you, bro.
if
I
I had
think you're getting
anything
older.
about my voice, it's just
It has to do with
now
you
it
getting
feels a little
older.
strained. Yeah, it could be. Or like like
In
Carlos
my
said, I
opinion, like I
haven't used
said
it
on
in
the
a
last
while.
episode,
Hmm.
I like the homo with the deep voices, like the Drakes, who else got a nice, like
Lloyd
Pop
Kevin
Banks has
Smoke.
one.
Gates.
Pop Smoke had
Oh
the voice. Like, Pop Smoke had
yeah,
that
or
crazy deep
that
voice.
OT Mexican. That
Oh
fool's
yeah,
good.
OT Mexican, OT
You heard
Mexicano.
of
Yeah,
him, Jay?
Is that the guy from like Texas?
yeah,
Yeah,
That Mexican
Okay.
OT. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
think I
dope.
seen some things, a video of him on IG or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's
dope.
he's dope. He's
He's
dope.
dope, bro. You gotta hear his shit, bro. Like that nigga, that nigga's definitely dope, bro.
His
I
flow, his flow is crazy.
Yeah, his flow is crazy, man. He could do anything. Like he could do any style. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's so versatile. It's crazy, bro. And
Yeah,
he's supposedly been doing it since he was like 3 years old or something like that. Like
Oh, that's what's up.
his parents would bring people to his house. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, wake him up and have him battle rap people outside. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like type weird
yeah.
shit. Like that they just knew from the beginning. Like when you have something special, man. Like you
Right.
know I don't know what he said. Like, what does that say? Louis Vuitton on as I walk through the rain. Like, what the fuck? Louis Vuitton on as I walk through the
Oh
rain.
yeah,
Then I first saw
I
that shit.
know
Right? Louis Vuitton on as I walk through the rain. What
that
the
Johnny
fuck?
Dang
That Johnny
song.
Dang shit. Yep, exactly. That Johnny Dang song. That's when you gotta hear it, Jay. You hear that shit, watch. You're gonna be like, yeah, I see what this nigga's
Yeah, I'm gonna
talking
Yeah,
about
check
he's
it
here.
out.
dope.
OT,
He's
OT
dope, bro.
Mexican.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
check
it's
it
the
out.
Mexican OT or
Yeah,
yeah,
that Mexican OT.
yeah. He's a fat nigga, like big old chunky nigga, like. But homie got it though. He's definitely making noise, bro. And he got that crazy Texas swag, like that Paul Wall shit, that voice, and
Mm-hmm.
he don't shy away
I
from
think
it.
that's the
That's his
guy I saw. He had like a cowboy hat in one of the videos I saw or
yeah,
Yeah,
something.
a
Yeah, yeah.
that's
chicken.
him.
He rapping with a chicken, like he got a chicken in his hand and
Yeah, he was
shit.
holding a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's outside. Yep, that's the guy I saw.
Word, he had a
Yeah.
Yeah, he
chicken
was
in his
dope.
hand, bro. Yeah, he's definitely dope, bro. He's definitely fire, man. But yeah, man, don't give up on your shit, man. Like don't give up on your. You definitely got a talent, bro. Like we wouldn't be here talking to you, telling you this shit if you didn't have a talent, bro. You're probably never gonna like your voice again. Who gives a fuck? Put a track out, get the feedback from the people. And if the,
Mm.
if the
Yeah,
people say yo, yeah, something funny with your voice, then you got a problem. But if no one, and most likely ain't no one gonna say shit about it. They just it's just probably all in your head, bro. You got something stuck. You just gotta just do what you do, bro. If it's something you love, fuck it, bro. Like you just do it, homie. Like don't worry about what the fuck
yeah.
that little evil
A
voice
big
in your head is
reason,
telling you.
because I used to write when I was younger, when I first started, but the reason why I stopped is because I felt like you could hear it when you're recording, like you could feel that somebody's reading off a paper. So the minute I
Mm,
started memorizing my raps, I was able to feel it more. So whenever I rap, I try to put that feeling into, like, so that you could feel it more. I'm saying more than just hear
With
it.
passion.
But
Yeah.
so like if I go to the studio, because in the studio I could record it with a low voice and they could adjust it, but it's just I hope the feeling is still there. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
it's more of a self-conscious thing, I don't know. That's just the way I've been doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
When I used to record, I used to do a lot of screaming, but not like 6ix9ine screaming. More,
Yeah, yeah.
But I recorded this track not too long ago. I want to say, shit. Well, a few months ago, I had a chance to visit a studio, and I took my daughter with me. She could sing. She has a beautiful voice, so I invited her to come to the studio and see the process of, what it's like to record a song, what it's like to, the whole process. And I told the producer because he was gonna do the hook, right? Well, we're gonna do it together. And then my daughter, her name is Nana. She just started to sing, and she ended up doing the hook. She was supposed to do like the background vocals, but my boy was like, "Nah, bro, like that sounds way too clean, and let's just leave it there as her as the hook." And then I did the second verse. I'll send you the guys the song so you can hear it. He's a Puerto Rican cat. He was pretty dope. He produced the beat, produced the vocals, mixed and mastered everything. And but when I recorded it this time, I haven't been in studio for years, so I never liked the type of music I was releasing back then. That's why I don't really try to promote it. Maybe it's like two songs that I like that I'll put out there. My favorite one was "Emotionless" is one of my favorite songs because it's a story that I came up with that's not true. Um but when I recorded this time, I actually wanted to record the way I wanted my voice to sound, which is like what we call in Spanish like ronco, like deep. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
and because I didn't like my voice when I was recording back then. So it actually came out really dope, you know. So I'm gonna send it to you guys and see what you guys think. I might even put it in a recap too. Um, but yeah,
What did you not like about your songs from back in the day?
I didn't like my voice.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like my voice and the stuff I was saying. I felt like I was angry. You know what I'm saying? I was real frustrated at a lot of things, and I just felt I don't know with me putting out that type of music, I didn't want to receive that type of energy back. I
mm,
wanted to be more of a conscious rapper because, when I first started to rap, I started with poetry, so I didn't start just talking crazy shit. I didn't really hear gangster rap till like as I got older. And that's something I've always said. Like hip hop, man, we're the only genre that we have to be from the streets. We have to be a thug. We have to be a gangster in order for us to make it and blow up. And I think that's kind of fucked up, man. Because
I
to
feel
be
like over
honest,
time though, that's
yeah, that's
changed up
changing
a little
now,
bit.
right? That's changing because
Yeah.
you got a
no,
lot of
no. Well, look, man, where that comes from, man. Because if you look at hip hop, what it was like in the beginning, in the early stages, it with the MCs and b-boy dancers, what hip hop was. We wasn't talking about gang banging and I have a 38 on my waist, black bandana on my face. That that culture and that um type of
NW
music.
NWA, man, like NWA
It
made
came
that.
from
Yeah,
the West Coast. That's
yeah,
what they call the gangster rap. And I feel like after that, music changed dramatically to where like you have to be in the streets or you have to be from the streets. And I mean, not everybody's from the streets, but most of these people that blow up, they're not from the streets, but they look like they from the streets. You know what I'm saying? They put up a front.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
image sells. You know what I'm saying? People
yeah,
people get turned on
definitely.
by that type of shit. But to
Yeah.
see, that's what turns me off. Like I'm like you, cause you know if it's just your voice that you don't like, that's one thing. But as far as your content, at one moment that was your truth, whether you were angry or not. So like, I'm sure I could hear music of myself back when I was 14 or shit that I wrote that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's not really how I was living or this or that, because now anybody who raps, the first thing that they think of is like you said, I got 38 on my waist or whatever. But as you evolve as with maturity or skill set, like I stay away from rapping like that. You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
nowadays because there's no need. There's so many things you can rap about in this fucking world. Like
Yeah.
there's there's people who have made songs like I remember there was that song back in the day that I forgot his name, but he was like, I just want to see my son, and I think he had like CeeLo on the hook. It was a popular song. I can't remember the damn artist's name,
Uh,
but there's so many things that you could talk about your truth. Like if you're a person who has a kid with another girl, you're not with her, and she's not letting you see your son, you can make the song about I just want to see my son. There's a bunch of people in the world that are gonna relate to that song.
yeah.
Logic years ago made that Hotline song for like the suicide.
Yeah.
Um, so there's like so many different topics you could touch on that could relate to people. So I feel like, there's people out there looking for inspiration. So if you make a song talking about how, inspiration or like you could the line with the 5 P's, somebody could put that in a bar. Proper preparation prevents poor performance and just go for shit like that. And somebody that's looking for motivation could hear that. Because you know how many people
Mm-hmm.
every day listen to motivation audio?
My
Like
motivational
if
speeches.
if you
Yeah.
could get it if you get it from music that you could work out to and stuff, like there's so many different things to talk about than just shooting somebody, selling drugs. If anything, that's been done so many times that when I hear somebody talk that, unless I know that this is what they really like, this is their truth, just like Carlos was saying, that shit turns me off. It's whack. It's like I like authenticity, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't out here trying to shoot nobody up. Like I moved away from where I used to live, what type of shit. I'm in my 30s now, so picture me come out here and start talking like that shit just don't make no sense.
Yeah,
So, but if back then when we was young and stupid and we don't know no better, like he was saying with Big Pun, we like that. So then we start emulating that. I'm young, I got no excuse, man. I killed it. Like if I wrote a song like that when I was young, I'm gonna hear him like, damn, I killed that shit.
mm,
But it ain't me no more. Today I'm writing something different. But for where I stood at that time, that shit was fire. But
Yeah.
there's people out there that they really are from the streets and they really live that life and they got nothing else to
yeah,
talk about. And like Carlos said, that's your outlet. That's how you get it off your
yeah.
chest. That's how you know what I'm saying? Instead of hurting somebody, you put on a song and you feel better. So if I could tell this person like yo, I feel like that's how they really live, I don't want to hear motivation from them unless it's coming with that pain on why they motivated. But you know what I'm saying? Shit that I made 10 years ago, it may not be relevant to me today, but if I hear J Figures at that time, like, yo, that's really some dope shit. Like,
But music,
you know
man,
what I
let me
mean?
tell you something about music, bro, and about this rap music, bro. What it does, man. That's why it's a dangerous thing. Like everything we're saying is all correct. An outlet, yeah. You could choose to talk about something instead of actually going to do something. But 90% of the time, before a motherfucker go murder somebody, he rocking out to something.
That's true.
YNW Melly Murder on my mind, or like, cause
Right.
I could even go back to even when I was a kid. I remember the first thing I ever did when the first time writing out, I had a CD player, and on the CD player was Nas, and he's saying, "Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun," and I remember the just what my tunnel vision, like everything on that day, just like it was just that this was gotta get done. This was gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. You could feel it in your soul, and there was nothing. It was like I was just a robot going to the situation, and the music, because it's deeper within us, right? Because of our heritage, you know, them drums, it does something to us, you know. Because I mean, white people probably listen to the same shit, and they probably be like, the fuck is this? I don't know.
Right.
Nonchalant about
But
it.
when we hear it, it's like a
It moves
oh,
you.
you know,
Yeah.
a different thing in us, and you know, our heart starts pounding, and that's just why, man, it's such a response. Like you as a rapper, it's a responsibility. You know, it's a big responsibility you hold because you can guide youth to the wrong fucking way, bro. within a
That's very
heartbeat,
true.
with a
And
heartbeat,
that's a
my
big
man.
part of why, my style has changed because, I have a stepson, I have nieces and nephews, which was another reason why I made that song One of Us. Because
Mm.
Mm.
when I say you one of us, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that could have been my nephew, that could have been my niece, that could have been me when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? It could have been any of us when we was younger. Like, it didn't happen, but it could have been. So that's why that topic hit me. But yeah, the music, the artists have a big influence, and sometimes they don't
Mm.
even realize it because somebody will tell them, "Hey, listen, you have people following," and they're like, "Oh, their parents are the ones to raise them," and they don't really understand the power they have. But
Mm.
that's why I don't, because with my skills, I could rap about anything. I could rap that street life, but it's like he's saying, I don't want to have that influence. I don't want to be the reason
Yeah.
somebody goes and does some crazy shit. I'd
It's
Yeah.
rather
like
be the
it.
reason why somebody gets motivated to overcome their struggle or, do something nice in the world. Like, I'd rather use my power for good. You know what I'm saying?
You said it the last time too. You said, "What is it good? What good is it if a man gains everything but loses his soul?" You said something to that
Right.
extent, and
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
it's the truth because we know nowadays, man, a lot of these dudes is doing a lot of funky shit to their music. Putting out funky vibrations because they understand this shit. They understand that this thing
It's gonna get
could
them
really,
paid.
oh yeah, and they don't care about the repercussions behind it until it's already too late. And then you have, a lot of these, you see them a lot of things popping up about these people that they're crazy, they're bipolar, they're losing their brain because they're starting to speak the truth. They're starting to say what it really is. People look at them like they're crazy, but it's a big responsibility, man. Because now when you're purposely diluting it and purposely trying to, then that's a whole different demonic shit, bro. But what you're saying is cool too, man. It's awesome, man. I respect that to the fullest, man. Like not to to sell yourself, man, to sell your soul, bro, to the other side, man, because you understand that the repercussions your music can have, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a big thing, man.
Oh
Word.
yeah, man. And I know you brought up Nas earlier, like, because back
Hmm.
in the day, I used to have these arguments too with people, Jay-Z and Nas, and being young and ignorant, arguing about it so much made me sometimes like not want to listen to Nas. But as I'm older and I hear
Oh,
Nas,
you hear
I
him now, right?
I I love Nas, bro. Like, and what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
like about Nas and Kendrick's another person I didn't really like at first, but I've grown to love the
I'm
way
with you. I'm the
they
same thing happened to me.
they
Mm.
talk about all these things that happen in the hood, but they kind of give it to you like in a cinematic format. Like they're not
Yeah.
saying that they're
Mm.
gonna shoot somebody. They're telling you what's going on. They're
Yep.
painting a picture, and then you hear and you're like, yo, like he was able to talk about all this stuff without saying I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. It's
Yeah, I'm gonna
just,
do it.
or if he does say it, is he's painting a picture of what it's like in the hood, or so like they're not being irresponsible with it. They're
Nah.
just they're actually being like what are these freaking directors and shit? I can't think of the name right now, but like they're actually directing a movie in an audio format,
Yeah, I feel
and
you.
it's a whole different format. So like now that I'm old and I can actually digest it and process it, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this is a whole nother
Yep.
skill set. Like I can't
Yep.
rap like them because I'm more, metaphors and setups and shit like that. They could actually paint pictures with their words, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. They fit a
Yeah.
lot in their verses too. It's
when I
crazy.
when I was away, man, I was hearing so like when I think it was probably like 2012 or 2011 around this time, and I had just touched down upstate. I was in Mount McGregor, and I remember getting the news because at that time we was kind of still close to the city, where we was catching some of the city news, and every day somebody was being shot, but it wasn't the people that were meant for the bullets. It was a little girl walking to school, a baby in a carriage, and all this. Every day something crazy was happening. And I remember like talking about this shit with dudes up north. Not for nothing, you would think that people in prison are having some real low level conversations, but that's not the fact. Like that I've never met so many official people in my life until I have touched down, and that's in them state yards, bro. And so many intelligent motherfuckers, so many skillful dudes, a dude that could draw you and me right now on a piece of
Mm.
paper, like how we're just like so talented. And one of the things we was talking about was that, and then Nas dropping a song called Accident Murderer. You know what I mean? Like really not giving a fuck if it touches down and plays on the radio. Well, it's just about just him doing that show me his level of consciousness because we're talking about this. See, when you have a great idea, bro, right, and you're talking about something somewhere, right? You sometimes you might not having the people around you, you might think that this is probably that bullshit. It's probably not that serious, like it's nothing. We talking about this, and here goes a guy starts talking about this in a song. And just hearing that song, him calling these dudes, you're an accident murderer. You ain't tough. You ain't nothing. You an accident murderer. Like, how can you shoot what you like? How can you not hit what the fuck you aiming for and you hitting a little girl? You an accident murderer. He just kept on going like that and like that, like that. But like you're saying, Nas, bro, Nas's talent, like you said, because not once. I mean, I think that eventually, like a lot of times in his career, he probably could have lost himself to that shit, especially in the beef with him and Jay Z. See,
Mm.
he probably could have continued that shit. He probably could have ripped Jay Z after Jay Z talked about throwing condoms on his baby seat. You know what I'm saying to you? He probably could have
Right.
kept on going, but I know, that's not what he wants to do, bro. It's a dude when you have a higher conscience, a higher level, bro. Like and then he stopped. So a lot of people they don't listen to his music because he's not talking about all the stuff that everybody wants to hear, all the gang banging, all the shooting people, and all the stupid shit. He's actually talking about high level things, like Patience, like the song Patience did with Damian Marley. A beautiful song, right? One
Right.
Mic. Have you heard One Mic? You remember One Mic, right? Like
Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that whole beat was
that,
crazy
the
from the
beat,
beginning to end.
the video, the everything. I mean, I remember just hearing it, watching, like you're saying it, how he was able to paint a freaking movie in
Right.
words, bro. And you could actually be there and remember situations that you've been through, you know what I'm saying, too, where your heart starts beating, tasting revenge in the air, let this shit slide for too many years, too many times, now I'm strapped with a couple of bags, too many nines. What the yo,
Yeah.
dope. But
One of the best songs hip hop of all time.
I
Like,
believe
Yeah.
so, right? One of the top, definitely. I agree with you on that 100%, bro, because that
you
thing
ever
right
heard
there,
"Gave Yourself Power"? I gave you power.
nah,
The
gave it
Nas
power.
song. I gave you power. He talks about he's a gun in the song. Like he's a gun, and he pretty much talking about how his owner, you know what I mean, does crimes and all type of shit with him. Like, so he's
Oh
rapping
shit,
from a third person point of view as I'm the gun. Like when he picks me up and all type of shit. Like
Oh, they gotta hear
it's a
that.
like so
that's wild.
it's like, and this is from like I think from one of his albums from the '90s, but there's that type of level of talent that you could tap into. Like I had said in one of my songs, like just because you rhyme in blue with glue don't make you an MC. So like
Mm.
there's that type
Mm,
of style where you could rhyme blue glue and do it in a
yeah.
dope way where it's like, okay, he got skills, but then there's dudes like Nas or Kendrick who it's not that simple. Like sometimes that's why people don't like it because it goes over their head. But if you really listen, like
Mm.
yo,
You
these
pay
dudes are
attention.
really giving you a freaking movie in a word in audio format. Like Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City. I actually heard it for the first time like 2 3 years ago, like the whole thing in the format whatever. Bro, that album is like a
It's
movie.
fire.
Like I
Yeah.
Wow.
really feel like I never been to LA, but I feel like I got like I was in LA going through the blocks and everything because they're painting you the story. He's painting you the story of what it's like in LA, like from the people on drugs, the what the people in the gangs are doing, like breaking into homes, even the skits in between the songs. It just gives you the whole visuals, like yo, like now I know why the hype was there for him. Because back then I used to be like, man, I don't know why everybody likes Kendrick. I
And
like
same
Drake
one.
better
Yeah.
or J. Cole better. But now I really digest it the right way. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. This is another level of talent. It might not be
Mm,
everybody's cup of tea, but for
yeah.
those who could get it, it's fucking fire.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
That's why
Nas
these
has that
dudes,
Nice.
too with his albums. Like,
these dudes will never be, go platinum, triple platinum, or anything like that. You know what I mean? But they will have, their fans like us. They will definitely, always, support them because we see their higher conscience, the higher level that they have, But they would never
right.
be bazillionaires like, other rappers would do because they sell their souls. They give their souls away, man. For that money. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't give a fuck of the consequence or what. You know what I mean? And I mean, sometimes some people, man, damn, I mean, for the money, like for the money, money, man, that thing is what makes the world go round, bro. Like,
Shit's
yo,
evil.
Right.
money, man. It's a hard thing because everybody needs money to live. Everybody wants fucking money, bro. So if somebody came to you right now and just told you to change your whole aspect up and start talking about craziness that you would never do for
Hmm.
$1 million, are you gonna turn away from that, or you gonna stick true to your guns, or you never know until you're faced with that situation, bro. You
That's
know?
Right.
true. When Jay's talking about artists painting the picture, and there's a big list of artists that do that. Um, is there a song that you guys ever heard that scared you because you saw the picture and it was like, whoa, what the fuck? I'll tell you one song a day, but I would like to ask you guys first. If you guys have a song
That scares me.
That
that's
scared
that
you?
you listened to it and gave you like you actually like felt like you were there and it gave you the chills and like what the fuck?
I remember being younger. Like I don't know if there's a song that scares me now, But I remember being like 9, 10 years old, and I was a fan of Eminem. The real Slim Shady, or I was a little kid. I was just getting into music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
originally, the first two albums that I ever bought had rap because I know Carlos said that he sang the Backstreet Boys song for the talent show. That's what I was listening to when I was 5, 6 years old, like
Me
7,
too,
like
bro.
Backstreet
In
Boys,
sync,
NSYNC.
in sync.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
wasn't really hip to the hip hop, and I'm saying like I didn't have people to put me on. So the first albums I got were Jay Z and Mace when it became hip hop. When I started actually liking hip hop,
Nice.
and my mom when she heard the Jay Z album, she was like, "¿Qué es esa porquería? Take that shit off,"
Yeah.
because of the curses. One of the songs
Yo,
that "Can I Get a Fuck You" at the beginning, he's like, "What? Fuck you,
what?
bitch." And my mom was like, "¿Qué es it?" You know what I mean? Like, take that shit off. So they didn't really buy me hip hop albums anymore, even though the Mace one was cleaner. But
Yeah.
I remember my sister, my brother and sister, they used to move back and forth from Colombia a lot. But this time she had came back. She was dating at that time my oldest nephew's father, and he's from Brooklyn. He would come pick us up and take us out, whatever. So I used to tell her I wanted the Eminem album. I want the Eminem album because I like the real Slim Shady and those type of songs. And then it's nighttime. I think we're coming home from the movies or something, and he plays like the album's playing in chronological order, and then finally the Kim song plays.
Oh, I know that song is brutal.
Fuck you, bitch! Like he's just going off in that
He's
damn song,
describing how he
and
kills
and I'm
Kim.
like, and
That's
I'm a little
crazy.
kid, and I'm looking at my sister like all in shock, and she's like, "You still want this album?" I'm like, "Nope, I don't want it. Nope, nope. Nah, I don't want
Yeah.
it."
That's
But
funny that
then
you
as I
say
got
that
old,
though, because I had a similar situation, bro. My friend brought that CD to my. I was in ninth grade. That same CD. I had DJ equipment downstairs that my dad had set up, so we used to play music when they were gone at work. And he puts that CD on, and my parents are supposedly not home, and that song is going on about him murdering Kim, and my mom comes down the steps, bro, and it's just, this is we're blasting this shit for, and she took the CD right out, cracked it in a million
mm,
pieces, bro, and then whooped my ass, bro. Like whooped
damn,
my ass. Like what? But that's the same thing. We wasn't able. I wasn't too. It took a while for me to get into the rap because I wasn't able to listen to that as a kid in my house. It was
right,
whatever. You could listen to freestyle, salsa, whatever, or like the slower shit, Backstreet Boy, Brian McKnight, R&B, shit like that. We lived off of a Boys to Men album.
Mm.
Motown Philly going strong.
mm,
And that was like, yo, we knew that whole album, all my brothers,
Oh yeah.
the whole everything, because that's what we was able to listen to. But it was like the same shit you say, bro. It's funny you said that, but I'll never forget my mom walking down there and breaking that CD in a million pieces, bro. Like it was shocking. But as you're saying, Los, I don't know if there's ever a song that brought fear to me, except for like that song by Nas, and it's not even really that serious, bro. I mean, he's just talking about got yourself a gun and shit, but you know, I don't know. There's nothing like that you saying that was like really scary, but I could say of a song that do bring out a lot of emotions, right? Anger, sadness, everything, and it's by Yomo, and it's called My Destiny, and it's a deep song, bro. He
Oh,
like
I've heard of that one.
yeah, he's like he sings it in
That's a
English.
reggaeton artist.
It's a reggaeton artist, right?
yeah,
And Yomo's he was dope, but he sings the hook in English. So he says, "My destiny is my only enemy. Cuántas veces yo caí, pero proseguí." Right, and he keeps on going, and he goes into some real sad shit. Like, but I could say that that's probably one of the songs I could say that like brings out a lot of funky things inside of me. Like, if I listen to that shit, it's borderline suicidal shit going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's something majorly wrong in my life, nigga, if that song is playing because, man, that song is a deep song. But nothing that brought out some fear. What about you, nigga? Like,
yeah. I'm
I
interested
have.
in hearing which one you gonna talk about.
that's what I said. I
Well,
want to know.
I was chilling with a friend of mine back in the day named George Ramos. He knows Carlos knows George Ramos. I don't know if you know him, Jay. He used to live at the end of the corner at the dead
Oh,
end by the
George.
freshman. Shout out to George. But I remember one time I was hanging out with him and we smoked a blunt, right? And we went, you know how downstairs he had his computer and shit, and he had LimeWire, and then he plays his song. He's like, "You want to hear this shit?" I'm like, "Yeah." He starts playing it, and I hear it from beginning to end, and I was lit, bro. I was fucking high as hell. I like I put myself
Immortal
in
Technique?
Mortal Technique,
Ah, I
Dancing with
knew
the
he was
Oh,
gonna
Devil.
say
Dancing with the
that shit.
Devil.
So
Yo, when I
shit.
heard that shit, bro, I was like, whoa, what the? It took me on a trip because I was like I like to listen to something and I like to like picture it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm picturing everything else, and then at the end, I was like, whoa, whoa, bro. And then the message when he talks about the devil's with you, even shit, he's here with you right now, amongst
Yeah.
one of you in my shows. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
song is
crazy. You said
crazy.
that. Yeah, that song is definitely crazy because George played that shit for a couple of us in the hood. Like that shit is deep. That song, and being on that Zaza didn't make it any better too, because you could really focus into that shit, boy.
yeah,
Like
bro,
being
But that's the
zooted and
type of
shit.
artistry. That's the type of artistry level that like I'm. Yeah, I like that song back then, but nowadays like I'm more into or respect more because, like I said, some people just rhyme in blue with glue and this and that. But
Glue
like
with glue.
there's so much shit that you could rap about that you don't have to rap about killing people. But if you do it in a way like Dance with the Devil, like
yeah,
where he paints that whole picture, like where does that idea even come from? I don't know if it's a real
Yeah.
story. I doubt it. But if it is, that's crazy. And to put it in a
yeah,
song is even crazier. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if you
yeah.
ever heard Joyner Lucas. He be doing
I
like
was thinking the same thing when you were saying that.
before he blew up. Like I remember back like in 2014, 2015 when I first discovered him. It was a song
Mm-hmm.
called Rose Capicchioni. I can't pronounce it properly. Do you ever heard that song?
Hmm.
No.
It's based on a true story. This guy, he was a skater and he ended up, becoming friends with some dude at school. And then, long story short, that dude befriended him, and then later on tried to kill him and like steal his car.
Oh
And
shit.
then
Oh yes, I remember. Now I remember. I remember the
Joyner
video to it
Lucas
too.
does the song. Yeah, he does the
Yeah.
song, and he literally like the when if you look, you could look up the interview of the actual guy telling what happened, and then compare it to the song that Joyner Lucas does. Like he literally includes pretty much everything the guy says, and then he also does the part two of the song. He does it from the point of view of the guy who shot him. So
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit.
I was like, yo,
Two
this dude
different
is fucking
perspectives.
yeah, like yo, like that's to me now is like yo, that's some real artistic shit. Like to be able
Yeah.
to tap into a different like make a song that nobody else would have thought of but you. Like that to me is where it's at now. Like yo, I like
Hmm.
that's the shit that inspires me to want to make music and shit. Cause rhyming is easy. I've been doing it for so long. I could rhyme, and shit like that. But it's like, yo, how can I be more responsible for one with my artistry? But how can I do something that I feel like they ain't gonna say, oh, you copy this person or that? Nah, like take it to that type of level. Like that shit is dope.
Nice. Hell
Hmm.
yeah. So going back to the song. How did you guys record this? Did you guys get everybody in the studio that you record your part and then send it out, or how was that process?
Yeah, nah, I actually got a session. Like I got everybody's schedule pretty much. Like we got found a day that we could all make it to the studio, and I blocked a couple hours, and people came and left, and some people wrote their verses there because they didn't have it written or finished yet, and yeah, we got it done in a session. But as far
Nah.
as the video shoot, not everybody was able to pull up. So there's some people when you watch the video, there's some people that you don't see rhyming their verse. You just see like other things playing. But yeah, it was tough. You know what I'm saying, to get so many people to, like I said, there's people that I invited to be on the song that didn't make it. Schedule conflicts or whatever. But
Yeah.
as far as recording, yeah, we got it all done in one session. I think maybe, um, if I'm not mistaken, I think Nando didn't record his verse there, or he recorded and didn't like it, so he went back because he used to go to Mike West also. So he went a
Okay.
different time and redid his verse or something. But as far as that, like everybody got it done the same day.
Well,
I got video of it too, like I think on my Facebook, it comes up on memories when we was all recording it.
the song.
Yeah, when we was in the studio.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
Once you guys released this song and it hit the platforms, what was running through your mind? What was you feeling that time?
Um, I
Besides,
just
I
hope
would have been excited, like yo, what the fuck? Like I'm excited as hell, but what was your feeling? Like,
I was excited. I was just hoping that it was took the way it was intended to. You know what I'm saying? Like it was intended
yeah,
for to be us sharing our feelings and for people to come on and feel the unity that we wanted to feel. Like, because it's about saying you're one of us. Pretty much, this can happen to any one of us. It can happen to your kids. It can happen to my kids. So like, I want it to be like, you know what? We don't have to suffer alone. There's people out here that are with us, and just bring that unity that we talked about in the song. So I feel like once it came out, and right away it just started getting a lot of shares, a lot of good feedback. There's a lot of people that was trying to get like reach out to the news for us to get it on the news, and share like the whole point of it was kind of like let's share that there's a good side to Brentwood. Like the
Yeah,
news is just talking about that it's a bad place and it's dangerous, which every place is dangerous. But at the same time, look how this community came together and look how what we think. Like this is like we actually not good people who have good intentions, good hearts. So once it started taking off and what I'm saying, we got the feedback that we got, then it's like, all right, cool, it did what it was supposed to do.
yeah, because you mentioned the good side of Brentwood. Uh, I understand both of you guys actually. You, you Jay, you were pretty much born and raised in Brentwood.
Right.
Carlos arrived in, you said 92, right, Los?
Yeah,
92?
92. Mhm.
92. So how was Brentwood back in the day growing
Shoot.
up?
It was flowers blooming, freaking everything was good, bro. I remember
No gangs? Was there gangs?
that I remember, like it wasn't like it is now. But like I remember
Yeah.
Carlos mentioned it, I think in the earlier episodes that you guys got, like you could say hi to your neighbor. Like it was just when you watch a movie and it's a nice small town where everybody's friendly and cheery, like it was like that. And maybe like now that I look back in retrospect, like I could see that it started changing over the years, but I didn't really feel the change until like when we got older. You see that it's crazy, but at that point it kind of felt normal already. The only gangs I remember being when I was younger was maybe like 311 and stuff
Mm.
like that. But that's like a
Yeah, I
small
remember them.
gang. Like in middle school, I think we had like one or two Bloods and like one Crip, and any other gangs we didn't really see them much because some of the other gangs, they're very secretive about their stuff. They're not really
Mm.
so loud with their flags and stuff. But once we hit like the center, 10th grade and stuff like that, then you started seeing a lot more people flagging, or we would have gangs from other schools come invade our school and pop off shit. So, but when being younger, like as far as demographic goes, I remember being in first grade, second grade, and half the class was white.
Yeah.
Out of like 30 kids, 15 were white, five were Hispanic, and not like now the majority is like Salvadorian or Dominican. Like it was one Puerto Rican, one Dominican. I was like the one Colombian. Once like it
Mm.
was five of us, and then like five black kids maybe. But
Mm.
now the classroom is like 20 Hispanics or like 15 Hispanics, 10 black kids, and one or two white kids. Like it's
Yeah.
reversed from what it used to be.
Yeah, coming from Puerto Rico, and it was definitely different. We moved to the north side of Brentwood, and we live on Hancock Street, and there was still, like I remember the neighbor to the right of us was Italian. I remember the neighbor to the left of us was Italian, and even across the street, and then even just taking bike rides. When we used to take bike rides, we used to see kids playing hockey in the street, and
Hmm.
so like playing street hockey, where the fuck do
I
you see
remember
that
that.
at? You know what I'm saying too? Like
That's
so that
crazy
that
because I told you I used to live off of Walter,
oh
and it,
Hmm.
it
all
was
right,
over there on those streets where I used to see people playing hockey.
yeah, it was crazy, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the only
definitely.
type of shit you see in New York, man. You don't see that shit here for shit.
Nah, man. I mean,
I seen that shit in Huntington.
not no more. Like not no more. Like, but it was just like that. Like and it'll be a kid having that, another kid having that. It'll be big games, and we seen it so much that we started wanting to play. And I remember my mom getting me a pair of skates for my birthday, and then my grandpa getting me a stick, and then watching the Mighty Ducks. You know what I mean? After you watch D1 the Mighty Ducks, like it was it. We knew everything we need to know about hockey after that. And we used to just we go over there skating, even though we didn't have we had a Franklin stick, and it was a bougie stick with the plastic head, like, and kids had real hockey sticks with at that time they had the Brentwood Hawks jerseys. A lot of kids were playing for the in the Bayshore roller rink. There was an actual roller hockey team called the Brentwood Hawks. So a
Mm.
couple of kids, they played on the team. They had their jerseys on, and we'll play. But it was like a friendly, you didn't. It wasn't scary. Like you're saying, like it was a friendly atmosphere. I remember the summers, man, like hearing the cicadas buzzing in the trees, and you know, just it was different. Like as we got older, and then we touched that ninth grade center, it's like it took a turn for the worse. And man, and me, I could remember even the music coming out. It was like you had Memphis Bleak. You got my mind right, money right, ready for war.
Ready
Van
for
Bleak
war.
is murder. I told you before. We got the street lock, right? Shit like that was coming out. So it influenced kids because what was his shit? I think his shit was Murder Unit. After that, there was a clique in the school called Murder Unit. It was one of the biggest cliques. Like everybody was fucking Murder Unit. It came to like there was sides. North side had a general, East side had a general, South like that. And every Friday
Yeah.
would get every Friday niggas go to the movie theaters and you either were trying to initiate to get in and you had to bang out 31 seconds with somebody, or it was that they started fighting against other other cliques and shit like that. And so it was that the gang aspect started to get like that. And if none of the gangs accepted you, then eventually you just went mainline to something, like or just something else. It was just like that. It was like it just started changing. And by 11th grade, serious things started happening in the high school where
Mm.
people were getting hurt, stabbings. There was even a situation where some bloods came into school with hammers and just started slapping Spanish kids over the head with hammers. A couple kids got really hurt, broken jaws and shit like that. Like it just started escalating to the point where somebody was killed in the summertime, and then a whole war just broke out. Like after that, like and
Damn.
so it's like that the evolution. Like I remember kids leaving. Like I had a friend named Nicky Camizzi, Italian kid. I know him since third grade. By sixth grade, his family was gone. They were dipped, and I could see other white faces. I just can't remember their names, but they were gone. By the time 10th grade hit, they were gone. They either moved to Mastic or whatever the fuck, but they were out of Brentwood. And like you're saying, because like the Hispanic thing, like as far as like, see, it's hard to because we know that every Spanish race is not the same. You understand? Like it's
Right.
not the same. We say Hispanic, but it doesn't mean that you're actually Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? To you is we
Mm-hmm.
know the Hispanics come from the South America, and then you have your your Caribbean Hispanics, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, right? Like Spanish, whatever the hell you want to call yourself. It is it's a fucked up identity because we don't even know what the fuck we is. We just know that we speak the same type of language. Y'all people, y'all got your shit because y'all Hispanic. Y'all from down south. So y'all know, right? That's exactly what Hispanics. But anyways, when the Salvadorians and everything started flooding, and there wasn't a lot of MS-13s in the streets at that time. It was like one or two of them. But little by little, it just started growing and growing and growing and growing until now they're the majority, bro. Like when my daughter went to CI High School, I mean CI High School, listen to me, CI kindergarten, she had to have half the class that was divided from half was for the English kids and half the class was for Spanish kids. So
Mm-hmm.
it got to the point like that where you had to sit down on the carpet and let the Spanish kids go because it was all Spanish spoken, you know, class, and then the other half was like it's just like that to the point now it is. There's a lottery even to get into the freaking pre-K, which is crazy to me how shit is, but
Wow.
yeah,
It's
you
it's crazy. One time I went to a Salvadorian parade. Why I went, I don't know. What was the hell's running through my mind?
what the hell you mean,
I
nigga? You're
don't know.
Salvadorian. What the hell you mean? Why I went to Salvadorian
Well,
parade? You're
well, not because of
Salvadorian.
that. I'm talking about because it was, it was just heavy with niggas that I had beef with, and I didn't know till like I got there. I was by the train station on Suffolk.
Oh
No,
man.
my bad. I was over there by by train station on Suffolk, a little bit more back by the McDonald's, and I remember one of them seeing me, and they all started to throw signs and they started to call their other people, and I got chased. I started
Oh
like
shit.
I was like I wasn't. That's what we're gonna get into with Jay on the story that he said in the last episode, but I didn't want no parts of it because I saw knives, I saw like mad heads, and I was just started like to the people like as fast as like a ninja, bro, as fast as I can. From McDonald's, passing down the train station. One of my homeboys from church lives around there, and I remember running to his house and just knocking on the door. Nobody was there, but the person that lived in the basement used to go to my mom's church as well, and he saw that I was like I was shaking up, man, because right, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I really thought I was gonna get stabbed that day. I was fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? I was just booking it because I saw mad heads. You know what I'm saying? Um, and when you guys say when that song says "one of us," that could happen to one of us. Jay has a beautiful story that he told on the last episode that we couldn't release. We had to take it down because it sounded bad. Well, I had to take it down, but I I would like for him to say that story again because that story was it made me think about it Jay, throughout the week, because I was like, man, that's I never know. I never would have thought that you were in a position like that back then. But can you walk us through what happened that in that story that day?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who lives in Brentwood or like when it comes to that particular crew, like you don't have to be gang affiliated. Like if they just feel like acting up, they're gonna come for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Because
it.
I told y'all that story and I'll get into it, but there was a time before that. Like at that time I was like I think 16, but there was another time when I was like 14. I was working. I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts. I used to ride my bike to work and I used to ride my bike home. And one day in particular, I'm riding home. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and there's a car packed out with them in it,
Mm,
and you hear the tire screech, and you can hear them like in Spanish, like "Go get him, let's go get him." Like yo, like you, bro. I just started like I'm 14 years old. I have no affiliations with nothing, and for some reason, I don't know if they want to get initiated or what, but they trying to come for me. So I'm turning
yeah.
blocks, like all type of stuff, and eventually I got home. Thankfully, nothing happened to me. But that was my first encounter with them. Like I kind of became scared of fucking ride my bike to work and home. I still did it, but it was always like I was a little more cautious now. Kind of like with
Yeah, I
that
was watching your
preparation that,
back and shit.
that
Yeah.
Carlos was talking about before. Like this prepares you for the next situation. So like now,
Yeah.
instead of riding so carelessly, now I'm a little more cautious of what I'm doing. If anything, instead of taking Jefferson or Madison, which are like inner blocks, I was taking Washington Avenue now because that's
Yeah.
more of a main
Mm,
avenue. But Washington Avenue is where the second one happened, where me and my
Yeah.
boys were going to the store. It was like a teen club night, so we was getting ready to go to the club. Um, but first we were walking to the store, about to get a Dutch, roll up, and as we're walking into the store, um, there's like a group of 10 of them walking out, and they're all saying their slang and stuff. I don't really want to put it out there like that, but
Mm,
we didn't pay no mind to them. We're like, whatever. They leave. And me and my boys were making little jokes like, man, fuck them, whatever, blah, blah. Little kid shit. But we're not thinking
yeah.
much of it. We start walking back. My boy literally lives like 5 houses down from the store. Like, it's like a 3-minute walk, 4-minute walk.
Mm,
So we're walking. We're almost like at his crib. We're like a house and a half away when out of nowhere, I get spun around. Like, dude grabbed me by the shoulder, spun me around, and I see like a knife, a long ass knife, like right there. Just
mm,
oh.
so like I did like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like I juked him and then I started booking it. Like that was the natural reaction. So I book it whatever. I go to the gas station. I knew the guy at the gas station. His name was Alejandro, and like I try to hold the door, but then the other dude comes and he pulls it open, and I go behind the counter, and Alejandro's kind of looking at me like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm behind the counter now with Alejandro, and
mm,
the dude that's in there with me, he just has me at gunpoint, and I'm like,
Oh.
"Fuck!" Like, mind you, I'm not affiliated. I've never
Yeah.
threw up a set to them, never. So I'm like, I thought that's it. It's over. Like, I'm gonna die right
mm.
here.
Man.
And
Fuck.
I look to the right, and I see like the whole group of them getting together and they're crossing the street now. And then he looks and he sees them and then he looks at me again and he looks and he starts like backpedaling and he just gives me that smirk. Like I could have had you, but I'm like,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? I could have had you, I'm gonna let you go. But like in that moment, it's like pretty much like you're my bitch. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that
mm.
look, like you feel so defeated. You're like, fuck. And at that moment, like Alejandro's like, yo, you gotta go. You gotta go. Like, cause they already crossed the street, and Alejandro was shook up too. He's like, yo, you gotta go. So I start going back to my boy's house, and he stabbed up. He stabbed in the
No.
Damn.
head, stabbed in the chest, stabbed in the
Oh.
arm, and we're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I found out it was three of us. My other boy ended up running too, and for some reason he went back. I think he got there too late when he went back, but he got there sooner than I did. My boy's the only one that stayed, and I think they just, they circled him in to the point he had to just fight and got stabbed.
Mm.
So, we ended up going to the hospital that night. We didn't go to the club. The next day
Shit.
there was no school. I forgot what holiday it was, so there was no school. We went back. That thing that happened on a Tuesday night. Wednesday was no school, and we went back to school on Thursday. Literally every period we got into it with anybody that we thought was them. Like
Uh-huh.
Mm.
it felt like they were waiting for me to get off the bus because like I was like there was a we used to stand by the trophy case in the high school. So I got off the bus and I'm walking and literally there's like a whole crew just waiting for me. That's what it felt like. Once I got there, we always like, all right, let's go. They told me the plan, and any person that we saw with that color or that we thought was one of them, we just got to pop in. Little by little, every period, somebody was getting suspended.
Hmm.
Um,
Wow.
it wasn't until seventh period that I finally got suspended. I got into it with this dude. I swing off on him. He starts running. I chase him. I grab him. We both slip into the classroom. I don't know if you remember Mr. Berger, the math teacher.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
we fell into his classroom, and he knew who I was, but I didn't care. After the dude ran away, the bell rung. I ran away too, and literally, I'm running into bathrooms to hide, and then I'll pop out like 5 minutes later, go to another bathroom. I don't remember if I was trying to go to like late hall or where. I was trying to make my way somewhere, and then there was a teacher. I don't know if she was a teacher or a lunch aide, and she's like, "Hey, I think that's one of the kids that was just in a fight." And I was like, "Nah, it's not me." She's like, "Yeah, come here." And then no, they ended up getting me and brought me to the office, and I got suspended. But it didn't feel that bad because we all got suspended. So for that whole week, we was all linking up, chilling, smoking, all type of
Hmm.
shit. But it was like, my boy got stabbed and shit, and that shit sucked. It
Yeah,
sucked because that part of you that feels like I left him there, but
man.
I didn't. When I ran, it's because I was trying to save me, not thinking that he was gonna get got. And you know what I'm saying? There was really nothing I could have did. He was supposed to run too, but if they circled him in, not really much he could do. But thankfully, we survived that day. But back to like you said about the song, like
You're
you know
one
what I
of
mean?
us.
You're one of
Happens to
us.
anybody.
Like to them girls, I don't know what they did. You know what I'm saying to deserve that.
Hmm.
Like I said in the song, like I did some things as a teenager that looking back I regret a couple years later. We all did dumb
Hmm.
shit, but did we do something dumb enough to get killed like that? You know what I'm saying? Get machete, chopped up and shit. Like so, but that's just Brentwood shit or any place that has gangs. You know what I'm saying that are out of control. Like you don't have to be of opposite affiliation for them to come at you and shit. So shit we go through in the hood.
It's
Yeah,
crazy,
man.
man. On the last episode, I also said a quote that my mom would say, and it was "Mejor que digan que aquí corriste que aquí moriste."
Right.
And it's a powerful statement, man. Because I've said it before. When I go to Brentwood, I go through a lot of spots. I'll be like, damn, I could have, because them dudes caught me alone a few times, bro. And I was like, I ain't stupid. I'm out,
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
you know, they will never give you a chance when you were by yourself, and so whenever we will catch them, we will never give them a chance when they were by yourself,
Hmm.
because it felt real strong, what I'm saying, when they were in numbers, bro. But you catch one of them alone, bro, unless you catching somebody really gully, you know what I'm saying? Yo,
That's what
most
I
of the
was saying
times,
before when I
bro,
said that they're
yo,
secret. They're
yo, yo, yo,
secretive.
don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about them being secretive. You have some gangs that whether they're alone or not, they have to throw up their set. So like they make themselves known everywhere they go. But this crew in particular, they don't when they're by themselves, they're allowed to be quiet. They don't have to be loud.
Yeah.
So but then the crew, like you said, they get loud. But these people in particular, they look like they were in their 20s, maybe 30s. We were
Yeah,
just
older than
16,
us.
we were just 16, 15. So they spun me around first because I was the tallest one. So I guess, they were trying to eliminate me first, make it easy on them. But we're 16, 15 years old, trying to fight off 20 something year olds. If the dudes that were trying to do that to us were our same age, we probably would have felt a little more confidence, like, all right, whatever, fuck y'all. But 16 years old, you're still learning and shit. Like, I
Hmm.
know Carlos was talking about it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the last episode with us or in a certain podcast, but like, when you've been through these type of situations, then you kind of learn how to deal with them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we're young, we're still, new to the game. We don't really know about these type of things. You know what I'm saying? Usually you're thinking if I fuck with somebody, then they gonna fuck with me back. But you're not ready for I didn't fuck with somebody and they fucking ready to come for my life.
Yeah.
Had I not run, I could have
Yeah.
been the one to die that day. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that that happened to my boy, but thankfully we all get to live today and talk about this shit because the way that that shit was right in my chest,
Mm.
I would have gotten worse than what he got.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
man. It was all bad, till my
And I could
boy
have gotten
Trump
shot
came
at the gas
through and
station.
cleaned it up, you know
Yeah.
That's why, man. That's why that dude for me, man. That was my number one reason
Nigga.
why, man. I was like, fuck that. That nigga was like 2 miles away from my mom's house, giving a speech that, what I'm saying, like he gave us federal agents and they cleaned up pretty good, man. You know, and now they were stripped and weakened by their reputation, because especially what's going on in El Salvador, man.
Oh
That
yeah.
president's cleaning up. He
Them,
cleaned up.
that nigga got them niggas lining up on the floor, nuts to butts. He got
Yeah,
them with their
Yo,
legs open, with their man's butt right in their nuts, sitting on the floor, nigga. That's exactly how we
yeah,
got them. And them fools ain't saying shit about nothing. They ain't even try to
yeah,
fight,
man.
ride, slap,
There's
nothing.
people that protested, and it's like, dude, you think about the shit they've done. You know what I'm saying? Not only the damage that they've done in Brentwood, they've done a lot of damage in Hempstead, in Long Island, in California, and above all, once Bill Clinton started to deport a lot of them, they started just wrecking, destroying the fucking country, and it sucks because I feel like Salvadorian people we have been going through war since our civil war. That shit was
Mm.
fucking 12 years old,
that
12 years long. you
that
know
president y'all got right now, though, is no joke.
Yeah, he ain't no
yeah.
joke.
He cleaning that whole shit up. He cleaning that whole shit up. Like
Yeah,
from the stuff that I
Oh,
be
bro.
seeing, he created like a whole separate prison for them and shit. And like
yeah.
Yeah,
he
sixty
Nigga.
thousand. You could fit 60,000 people in there. 60,000 of them, and he
and
only
he not
has
giving them no
3,000 right now
sympathy.
so far.
He not giving them no sympathy. Like he cleaning that shit
No,
up.
Nah. He had them niggas
no.
with a scoop of rice and 3 beans for dinner, nigga. That's it.
Yo,
A scoop of
Yeah.
rice and 3 beans.
And
Fuck
you
it.
see it, man. It's crazy because, like I said, I was about to say, people get sad, and and unfortunately, a lot of innocent people has been locked up too. Because but they're not taking any risk. If they feel like you might be a part of it, you gone.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's good, man, because people can go to El Salvador now in peace.
Yeah. Your country can make money now in
Just like
tourism, you know what I'm saying?
just
Too people go visit
I
because
would
it's
I
a
would
it's
like
a
to go to
beautiful
El
place,
Salvador
you
one
know?
day. Hmm.
You
You
know?
I
know,
would like
just
to go
like
over there.
Brentwood. Now in Brentwood, I can go. I visit. Shit, I be paranoid as fuck when I go back to New York. I'm always on point. I was, saying, watching my back, even though nothing happened anymore. I know, what I'm saying, but I don't know, bro. Even till now, I'm a paranoid dude.
Yo, Los,
I'm
man,
not
you a
lying.
funny nigga though. I remember last time you came through though. That's a fact,
Why?
bro. The last time you came, bro, when I saw you in CI, yeah, bro, you was definitely on your shit, bro.
Yeah, I had to, man, because I was like,
This
fuck that. You
nigga.
know. And that's the
Nah,
shit. Like when I go back to New York, I love to walk, man. I love to walk to 7-Eleven, man. I could easily take a car, man. I know Jay. I know you can relate to this, man, because you're down in the South as well. Well, I don't know how it is that Florida part of Florida you are from, but over here in Georgia, you need a car. You can't. The fucking roads don't have sidewalks.
Yeah,
damn.
now
That
you need a
says a
car.
lot. That says a lot. Like people don't walk here. Unless you're in like little towns and shit. But for the most part, bro, when I go back to New York, I'm walking.
Over
Grab me a
here is a lot
nice
of
Michael
commute.
Myers knife, put it in my waist, and let's go. It's just not even not even use it.
This nigga.
Yeah, now over here you
But
need a car too. Like there's a lot of communities. I'm saying so like there's like one way in, one way out type of like community. So to get out of my community, just to go to like anywhere, getting out of my community takes like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I gotta hit the roads that I need to go to. So like a drive to
Hmm.
the supermarket is like 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Over there, a walk to the deli from where I live was like 5 minutes. So
uh,
a drive is
oh
like 12 minutes. That means walking is gonna take me like an hour. So yeah, it's not the
yeah,
same.
that's how it is here. You said delis. We talked about the Blue Deli on the last episode. The deli that's by the
The
freshman
center.
center.
Yep.
Hmm.
But this question, I asked you if you ate beef patties from there, and you said yeah,
Hell
all the
yeah.
time.
Hmm.
But I forgot to ask you this question. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him now. Were you the type that put the cheese on the beef patty or no cheese
Absolutely.
on the beef
That's
patty?
Absolutely.
crazy because the last time, I swear to God, the last time he said this shit, I was thinking the same shit. I
I
was
always
asked
put the cheese on
with
there
the cheese or without the cheese. Word. That's
with
like
the
that's crazy he
cheese.
said that. Word.
Yeah, I got the cheese on accident one time. And I was like, I'm gonna try it, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
Moving forward,
nah.
I started ordering my shit with cheese.
Yeah, nah. After school, we'd always go to the Blue Deli, like, cause I told you I had a bus, but I would walk with my boy, Dayon. You remember Dayon?
Uh, I don't probably by face, to be honest.
Okay, so like I used to meet up with him, and we used to walk to school and walk, and I walk back. Like I've always liked walking. Like I said, my parents they don't drive, so as a kid growing up with them, whenever we went anywhere, we would walk. So I would ditch my bus, go. I would ride my bike to his house, and then from there we'd walk to school and then walk back. Cause he was a walker, so it was a decent distance. But after school, every day ritual, we go to the Blue Deli. two beef patties with cheese. Arizona, bag of chips. I used to like onion rings and shit like that, or
They had the
Doritos.
25-cent chips back then.
Bro, remember
Good
that?
for
Yo, it was
mm-hmm.
crazy. I think the beef patties, I think, were like $1. So like with
They were
three
cheap.
bucks. But yeah, with like $3, getting the beef patties, getting the chips, the drink, all type of shit. But yeah, that was a ritual every day, guaranteed. Going to the Blue Deli, getting beef patties.
Hmm.
But that Blue Deli was the first time I see that 311 graffiti when I first moved to Brentwood. I
Hmm.
didn't know what the hell 311 was till years later, you know?
Nah, I knew that from like I think like sixth grade, seventh grade. I knew 311.
Hmm.
Did you know a lot of them?
I knew people in 311. Yeah,
Because they were like people that also grew up there in Brentwood. What
yeah.
school did you go to in elementary school there?
I went to Twin Pines.
Twin Pines. Twin
Yeah,
Pines is the one on
It's
Wi-
right.
by Wicks, right? By
It's
where my
right.
mom lives,
It's right by across the
behind
right?
street.
Wicks.
Right
Yeah,
across the street from my house. Right across the street from where I was
Yeah.
at. You cross the street. Boom, right there.
I
Twin
that
used to
Pines
plaza
and
use
off of
that as a
5 o'clock.
short.
Hancock.
I used to use that shortcut as
Yeah.
a shortcut to go
Hmm.
to like North Brentwood towards Washington. Because I used to get pupusas from that spot called the restaurant Flores over there in Washington. You remember that one?
Nah,
Yeah,
I know you're talking
so
about. I love pupusas too, bro. I love them things, man. I can eat them shits
Flores is
all day
right next to the
long.
IGA.
Huh?
The
Now
Flores was right
second.
next to the IGA.
Yeah.
So so from IGA across the street, pretty much where the 7-Eleven's at,
Then on the
Yeah.
north side
a little
by
further
Hayward and
further
shit.
down. That's where the whole incident I told you about. That's
Yeah,
where that
the
shit happened
You
golf,
at.
the golf, right? There's a golf right there by the 7-Eleven. The golf is right
That's
there.
the
I know.
golf
I
that
know
I
what you're
ran.
talking about.
That's the golf that he had me at gunpoint in, but not
Oh
not the
shit.
way it is now. Now they redid it and it's all like bigger and shit. But back then it was really small, and they
Hmm.
used to like work on cars there. Like that's
Yeah.
where I ran into when the guy had me at gunpoint.
Oh man. Jeez.
Carlos asked you that question in the last episode. How did you feel? Because I know Carlos had a similar situation as well. How did you feel when that gun was in your face, man?
Ah,
Bro,
bro.
I thought it was over, man. Like I feel like my life just started flashing, but instead of flashing, it just felt more like I was talking to myself. Like this is
Fuck.
it. Like this is it, John. Like
Yeah.
it was just like a blank feeling. Like fuck, I was cornered, but there's nowhere I could go. If it wasn't for him seeing his people, you know what I'm saying? He could have pulled that shit, but and like an extra second longer, he could have pulled it. But in that moment, he thought to himself, like, fuck it, let me get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a crazy situation, bro.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
Brentwood, man. Brentwood. Man, when I first moved there, I hated it so much. But now when I think about it, it's like it's turned me into a person I am now. You know, and I get also emotional when I go back to Brentwood because I had a lot of friends that I lost. You ever remember? You remember Jimmy passed away? Jimmy Spinal.
Yeah,
We
he's
went
the
to
one that
school with him.
he got killed on his bike, right? Wow, the
Yeah,
cop hit him.
yeah. Well, he had gotten into an altercation that night. You know,
Mm.
with these dudes at the bar. You know, and he I guess he got on the bike, cops chase him, and there's different versions of it, but he unfortunately passed away. But I remember the following day going to his parents' house, with Wilbur or a bunch of people that told me about it, and I remember pulling up to his mom's house, and we're like, I parked my car right. His mom's house is like right, like to my left, and to my right is a street. So I'm getting out the car, and I see these fucking SUVs pull up, three of them, right, full of these dudes, all white and blue, and then to my left is another gang that he used to rock with, bro. Being in the middle of that, the tension that I felt, I was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers are gonna start shooting, But I don't know, them dudes never been the type to choose, man. They use other choices of their options of weapons is just so more brutal. They love machetes. They love stabbing people. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? That's their thing because that's what a lot of them grew up seeing when they were younger because of the Civil War. That's how people were fighting. So that's why that's their weapon of choice, man. It's in their blood. Salvadorians. You go to El Salvador, you see people walking around with machetes. And I'm sure other countries is like that as well. So um being there, bro, and then seeing those cars pass by, bro, next to me, bro. I'm talking about literally like good, like maybe 10, 15 feet away, bro. You know, and they was just passing by to see if what was going on, to see if, from what I heard, they were trying to hear if their name was involved or their gang was involved in the report. You know what I'm saying? Which it wasn't. It didn't come out as that. Um, because the altercation, the way he passed, the way Jimmy passed, that nothing to do from that, but it started from that. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that, man, when that happened, bro, it was just, I was in my mind, I was getting ready to leave New York. I had my son ready. You know, I was supposed to chill with Jimmy, that night, and I didn't because my son was like four to 3 days old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I just, I didn't want to hang out. I didn't want to. I had just gotten home from the hospital. My son was born. Sebastian was born June 18. He passed away June 22nd. Like,
Damn.
you know what I'm
4 days
saying?
later. Yeah.
And from that decision, man, it's just, I don't know, man. There was a lot going on. I had a homeboy that was locked up too, and he overheard some stuff that was going on. And this is where, at the time, no Los, we talked about it before, where they the feds came and they locked up a lot of the tribes, and gave gave these dudes opportunity to come in and like really take over and terrorize us a lot worse than they would have if we had certain people like Carlos around, you know what I'm saying? Because they were keeping shit in line,
Mm.
you know? So, yeah, I forgot where I was getting at. But anyways, oh yeah, so that was just, he was telling me, he was like, Los, man, he's like, if I were you, bro, I would get ready to go because, there's another gang that's coming in and there's gonna be all out war. And it was true because I remember when I was going, if you're from Brentwood and you go to the outlets, a lot of us take that Pilgrim State shortcut,
Yeah.
and I started seeing graffiti of 18th Street. And I grew up in Brentwood and I've never seen 18th Streeters. So I was like, whoa, so what my boy was telling me, a lot of it started to click. And a lot of those kids that disappeared and that these dudes murdered after, before Kayla and Nisa were murdered, but those bodies were discovered after their murders
After.
because
Yeah.
they started to catch a lot of them. And, just like, the little bitches they are when they're by themselves, they started to rap. They were like, all right, look, man, give me less time or whatever, and this is here. Well, a lot of those kids were supposedly, them dudes were murdered because they were suspected 18 streeters, and
Mm.
that's why. And even though they wasn't, these were immigrant kids that will come to the United States, and they may look like, what I'm saying. That's one thing, man. They hated dudes like me. That you Salvadorian, you're not rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? They those are the dudes they wanted to get the most. It's like, this nigga Salvadorian, he ain't rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? They looked at it like you were disrespecting your race. You know?
That's what I was saying
Crazy.
about like even if you're not affiliated, I'm saying like you get targeted, and that's the fucked up part about the hood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man. It's damn, man. But Jay, it was really a privilege, man, to have you
Yeah,
here, bro.
bro.
I
Nah, I
really
appreciate
appreciate
y'all
you,
for
and I see
having
you
me,
rocking
man.
your hoodie, your LBM
You already
hoodie.
know, man. Live and breathe
Live,
music.
breathe, music.
Nah,
Oh,
the
Was that
movement
the
yeah.
is a
one
way of
that I
life.
printed for you guys?
Nah, you did the black ones.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
okay,
dope.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is dope.
Um,
These
can
are the
you
later
dive in?
versions. I'm gonna get more colors. I'm gonna put out more colors of these, and I got other stuff that I'm gonna work on, which I'm gonna leave till when I drop it to announce it. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting out a lot more shit.
Hmm.
Live, breathe, music. What is that? Is that you consider it a group, a record label, or
It started off. We actually I mentioned that on the last episode we did. It started off because remember I used to rap. At first I was shy. I didn't want to put myself out there. Then I built the confidence. But so my boy Giannis
I remember
supported.
Giannis?
He supported my music.
Giannis. Giannis
Yeah,
Megaledano or some shit like that.
Marigildo.
Yeah, I know
That
him.
tall dude?
So he would
Yeah.
Yeah.
support my music, whatever, and he would tell me about this other dude that he knew. He's like, "Yo, you need to link up with him," and I was like, "Nah, I'm doing my own thing, whatever." So one night we're in front of his crib, we're smoking, and then he goes inside the crib and he comes back out with a CD and he plays it, and I'm hearing the music and I'm like, "Yo, who is this?" He's like, "Cause the shit was fire," and he's like, "Yo, it's this dude that I've been telling you about." I'm like, "Yo, for real?" Like, I'm like, okay. He's like, I've been telling you, you gotta link up. I'm like, all right, you know. I didn't really dwell too much on it. I just knew I liked the music because I'm the type to give credit where credit's due. So then, like, fast forward a week or 2 weeks later, we're at Giannis's crib again, and this dude pulls up with his brother. So um, his this dude's brother, he's not trash, but he has that confidence that we was talking about earlier. Like, he's like, yo, anybody here rap? And I was still like a little in my shell, so I didn't say nothing. But Giannis was like, he does, and I was like, fuck.
Mm.
They was like, yo, spit something, and I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do that right now. And then I he's like, I'll spit, so he spit his shit. And at that time, I didn't
Mm.
really like what he spit. I was like, it's okay, whatever. But I didn't knock him. I was like, okay. Um, I was like, you know what? When we go outside the safe, I'll spit something. So we went outside. His brother spit the one that I actually heard his tape and I liked. And then I'm like, okay, that shit was dope. And then I spit my shit. And then they were like, yo, like, have you ever recorded? I was like, nah. They're like, you never recorded? Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, you too nice to never
Damn.
recorded. So I'm like, for real? Like, I liked his music. So for him to be saying that about me, I'm like, yo, that's what's up, man. So we ended up becoming really tight and they lived like a block up from me. So I ended up recording my first song with them, and we got tight, like I said. But then they moved to Jersey. Like they had some situation where they had to go to Jersey, but I still kept in touch with them. And one day, I took a weekend and I went and I stayed with them. Like I went, linked up, we recorded more music, and we started talking about like making a crew. So I had like a whole list of names that I suggested for us. And Live and Breathe LBM was one of them. And I told them to stuff for Live and Breathe Music. And they were like, yo, that's the one. Live and Breathe Music, that's just fire. Yo, it was so fire like that my boy ended up getting it tatted on him like 2 days later. I'm like, yo, this is for real
Nice.
now. Because
Mhm.
from being an idea to 2 days later you get it tatted, like that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like ain't no going back on this, ain't no changing it, nothing. Like that's what it is. So it was always a crew thing. Um, then we have my boy. Sometimes he gets ideas to do like his own shit. Like he comes up with his own names, because everybody's a creative. So
Mhm.
I guess he wants to just be creative about his own shit. But we're still crew. And then we end up having my homegirl Keck, who's part of the crew. My boy Lava. We expanded the crew. But at that point, it was just me, Good Money, and Lou. And so yeah, it started off as a crew name, but then when I made the shirts and the hoodies to put out the mixtape, then I started seeing the vision more for like a brand. And I would say like around 2011 is when we first like really got named the group, but like around 2013, 2014 is when I really started branding it as a as a brand,
Hmm.
as a label.
Nice. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's
How,
fire, man.
how long ago you used to be chilling over there at Giannis's house? You know him since you was young?
Giannis has always been in my class type of shit since we was young,
Oh,
but
oh,
we really got tight. Well, like seventh, eighth grade, me and him used to take the bus to go to like to the mall to buy clothes and shit.
mm,
But then once I got older, like I would say 18, 20, like around there,
mm.
I used to link up with him a lot. We used to drink, we used to go to clubs and shit like
Uh,
that.
yeah.
How
I
you know
try to stay
Giannis?
away from clubs.
It's my baby mom's cousin.
Oh, okay.
I
Ah.
actually was living there for a little while at his mom's house downstairs and shared the basement over there.
That's why when I remember like because I told you like I didn't know your brother, but I would see him with mutual friends and would give him a pound and
Yeah.
shit. But I remember from somebody like somebody knew Carlos, and Carlos was Angelo's brother. So like I always knew
Hmm.
the name, and
Yeah,
then I just didn't know the face. So now I guess that's where it was. I guess
yeah, probably there,
was
man.
it was it
I used to have
was it
curly hair,
Diana?
long hair back then, though. You know, that shit wasn't as smooth as it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Was it
Yeah, I'm with
Diana?
you
Well,
too.
Is it
Diana.
Diana or
Yeah, yeah,
so then? Yeah, I
yeah.
think.
Yep, Diana's my
Damn.
baby mom. It's my daughter's mother.
Okay.
Hmm.
Small
Carlos
world.
was a crazier brother.
Yeah.
Gully. Damn. Well, yo, Jay, man. Thank you,
Her.
man, for doing this again, bro.
Yeah,
I
bro.
really
Nah,
appreciate you.
Word.
I
appreciate y'all
know
for
the
having
first
me,
one didn't
man.
go well, but this is our first video, and I think I'm moving forward. I'm just gonna do videos, man.
Fuck it. This is it. This is the wave, bro. This is the wave.
Yeah,
This is it.
yeah, man.
You know.
I've been a fan of what y'all got going on, so it's a
Thank
privilege to
you.
be here with you guys. It's a privilege
Appreciate it.
to be the first guest on with both of y'all and on video. I get to see y'all growth. You know what I'm saying? Before y'all were just doing audio, now y'all doing video. I look forward to seeing more guests on here with y'all. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm a fan of what y'all got going on, man. I see big things
And
for
you're
y'all.
welcome to come on. You're welcome to come on anytime you want.
Word, bro.
If we have we have an interesting topic, man, I'll reach out to you. Hey, bro, you want to talk about it, and then you do your research like we do,
Hell
and
yeah,
then
Hell
man.
yeah.
we talk about it.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Keep me in the loop, man. I'm definitely down to like I've known you since school, but I met Carlos on the last one, and I feel like when we talk, it feels like we know each other our whole life and shit. So it's
Yeah,
Word.
definitely
yeah,
it's
Definitely,
dope
bro.
talking to you guys, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Likewise, man. I appreciate you for real, big time, man.
I'll
And
tap in too when I
I'm
get
gonna,
some more music or some more merch too. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
could talk on
yeah,
that
definitely.
if
hell
y'all
yeah.
want.
Yeah, man. If you have any old songs, bro, that you know what I'm saying that you had, send them over, man. I'll play them on the podcast because I'm thinking of doing just different things with it. Like we're doing video. I'm thinking of maybe doing a song review. You know what I'm saying, of a new artist or something, and just breaking it down. So if you have something, man, I will send it, bro. I would love to
Yeah,
play in the beginning.
definitely.
Me
'Cause
and
I
my
want to
boy
start
Good
off with a
Money.
song.
Me and my boy Good
You
Money
know.
got a banger that we recorded it. I want to say last year, maybe the year before that, and we haven't put it out. But I got that and a couple other songs that I recorded recently that I haven't put out. But when I'm ready to put it out, I'm gonna let y'all know because that's a
Alright.
bang.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's just a banger. Like I see big things for
Alright.
that song. It's
Oh, hell
it's
yeah.
it's an anthem. I'm gonna put it that way. It's an anthem. So I
Nice. Hell
definitely want to
yeah.
revisit this with y'all and we could play that song.
Hell
Definitely,
yeah.
brother. Definitely. Appreciate you coming on, man. Talking to you. You're a good dude, bro, and I wish you success, man. And you're
Appreciate it,
gonna
man. You
make it,
too.
bro.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna play the song. You guys can rock out, or y'all can leave, whatever you want. But
Yeah.
y'all, thank you very much. This is officially episode number 12 with Jay
Yo,
Figures.
yo, Los,
My
what you got in that
boy
cup over
Los.
there?
Huh?
Huh?
I saw you sipping some of it. What you sipping?
Oh, he probably
Coffee.
coffee.
Oh, I got coffee
Coffee.
too. I got coffee too. Cheers.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations on your 8 months sober, by the way.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah, yeah.
respect that.
Mazel
On
tov.
Monday I make 8 months.
I'm sober for 2 days. I'm gonna relapse tomorrow. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna relax right now. All right, my boys.
Well, y'all be safe,
Yeah,
man.
have a good night,
Love
man.
y'all. Thank y'all, man.
Peace.
And here's a song so everybody could hear it.
Nah,
Peace.
man.
Peace out.
Look at what they done to us. Things ain't the same, not for me, not for none of us. Yeah, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us. Yeah, now look at what they done to us. Things ain't the same, not for me, not for none of us. Rest in peace, two beautiful souls getting murdered as teens. Is that how it goes? Nah, it can't be. My people need to come together and make a change so these things could be done forever. Cause I did some things as a teenager that looking back I regret a couple years later. Yeah, we need some help, we need the Lord Savior. Rest in peace, Nisa. Rest in peace, Kayla. I was in my minute, came back around. Found best friend slain, rain splattered around me. I was ashamed, all the lives claimed that a town. Could I give up anything for God to put them back around me? I mean, them shorties won't ever wear cap and gown. And it's on us to change what'll happen now. Took my son to the side and I sat him down and told him how you play the streets is how you act around me and you'll be good. Cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, yeah. Look at what they done to us. Things ain't the same, not for me, not for none of us. Yeah, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, yeah. Now look at what they done to us. Things ain't the same, not for me, not for none of us.
For everybody who ain't make it out. Yeah, this is who we made about. Brentwood might not be the safest route, but it still should be safe to play with now. Them gangs ain't nothing to play about. Them bullets ain't got no name when out the chamber. They cock and bang ya, causing shock and anger. Mourning in the boxes of a stranger, that's bold.
Soon as I got the word, and I heard that 2 kids were lost, that's when I threw my hands around the cross. I started praying, I feel bad for the families not from the same place. But I hope y'all understanding me, I'm paying my respect for the smiles that they shared. It didn't matter to some, there's other people that cared. I feel your pain, and that's just to say the least. I hope that these young girls could finally rest in peace, I swear.
Cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, yeah. Look at what they done to us. Things ain't the same, not for me, not for none of us. Yeah, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, cause you were one of us, yeah. Now look at what they done to us. Things ain't the same, not for me, not for none of us.
Últimamente entre nosotros lo estamos matando. Ya no hay respeto y los menores son los que han pagado. Madre sufriendo porque su hijo se lo están llevando en una caja bajo tierra y sin razón al acto. Le pido a Dios que proteja a mis hijos y que no vayan a pagar un día por todo lo que he cometido. ¿Pa' qué llamar un chota si también son enemigos? La diferencia es que ellos son legales al gatillo. Todos corruptos y dicen que es por miedo al sucedido, sabiendo bien que ellos son los que causan más peligro. Y lastimosamente el mundo está perdido. Un nuevo amanecer a nadie se le ha prometido.
Me molestó lo que le pasó a Nisa y a Kayla. Cuando lo vi la noticia me dio una cólera. La torturaron, la dejaron tirar en una acera. Y lo más triste es que nunca pudieron terminar la escuela. Estoy cansado de la violencia, podría pasarle a cualquiera. Mi corazón se acelera, mi barrio ya no respeta. Tenemos que unirnos, esto a mí me tocó. Porque Nisa y Kayla fueron uno de nosotros.
Yeah, fuiste uno de nosotros, fuiste uno de nosotros, fuiste uno de nosotros.
Ahora mira lo que ha sucedido.
No cuentes solo uno, aquí todito estamos heridos. Tenemos que estar
Rest in
unidos.
peace, Nisa and Kay. I know you up there looking down on earth in peace you lay. Sometimes I wanna leave this town, but it's a part of me. I don't want my home to feel like there's gonna be a price to pay. Can we come together, please? Can we break the silence? There is nothing happening in our town but violence. Life is way too short, now I'm watching when my time spent. You'll never be forgotten, always remember just like the
We on
Titans.
the news again. They shooting, she wanna be on the move again. They shooting, and this a town that I grew up in. But now they grow up fast, and colors ain't the same when you not in class. What I told my nephew, and he said, I know. Man, that was blistering cold, he only 8 years old. And then I put him in a figure 4. 4 bodies, who'd have ever known? This shit ridiculous, how you kill them kids, you ain't got no remorse? That was somebody, baby. Brigham State, man, this shit real crazy. R.I.P. to them beautiful souls. R.I.P. to them beautiful souls, oh Lord. Yeah.
You always hear on the news, so someone's mom, sister, or friend has been killed. You go around thinking, oh, that will never happen to me. So naive. I didn't think it could happen to me, but it did. You say to yourself, I just seen the other day, a day too late. You think to yourself, I could have done something, anything. In reality, there's nothing you could have done. And now, there's nothing left because they're gone. The person you know and love is gone. There's nothing left to do but mourn, bless her, and let her rest.
Hell yeah. Peace out, bro. Take care, man.